You're about to watch another exciting episode of the Dungeon Run, but did you know that you can actually be part of the adventure? Tune in live on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and you can make your voice heard and help determine the fate of our adventurers. Hope to see you there.
Greetings and welcome to The Dungeon Run, a live tabletop role-playing game where your interactions help tell the tale. I am Lord Ereban, the Keeper of Secrets, and I have brought these adventurers together and set them on an epic quest to decide the fate of the world. When they found my amulet, it gave them the key to unlock the mysteries of Ain and allowed them to communicate with you, the Watchers of the Time Stream. Now you have the power to help or hinder them as you see fit. If this is your first episode, fear not. Our Dungeon Master will catch you up on everything you need to know to jump right in. And you can always watch past episodes by visiting our YouTube or listen to the audio version by searching for The Dungeon Run wherever you get fine podcasts. The Dungeon Run is made possible through the generous support of our patrons. Bonus shows, special content, and more is available when you become a supporter at patreon.com/thedungeonrun. And join the incredible Dungeon Run community by visiting the official, unofficial Discord at thedungeon.run/discord. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does make a difference. But now, sit back, relax, enter the world of Ain, and let the dice roll!
Hello, everyone! Welcome to the Dungeon Run. I think this is now appropriate since we're doing a Western today. Pew, 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 pew. Welcome, everyone. I am your DM for this evening, Ron Ogden, with Jeffrey Kanata out and resting this evening.
We broke him. It sounded like he had a sports injury.
He's fine, by the way.
He's fine.
He's totally fine. He's totally fine.
Broke him. We broke Jeff. Tore his hamstring. No, I'm kidding.
Tonight we're going to be doing a little bit of a different kind of D&D game. We're going to be doing a spaghetti western that I have written myself. But before we get into that, we've got some business at the top. So I'm going to throw it over to Morgan. Morgan, what's our business for this evening?
Well, first of all, our business, I mean, perhaps most exciting about this two-shot is greeting our two special guests for the evening. Ms. Erica Fermina and Mr. Michael Sinclair II.
Hey, welcome!
We are so excited to have you both here. Thank you for joining our parade of shenanigans. Yes.
That's actually a pretty good slogan for our show.
Parade of shenanigans.
Parade of shenanigans.
Came up with it.
Right off the top of your skull.
Indeed. But yes, we are the Dungeon Run, and we are largely supported by Patreon. So if you are not a member of our Patreon, please visit patreon.com/thedungeonrun. We have so much cool extra content going on there. I was on the Dungeon Cooldown this week with Mr. Jeff Kanata, and we talked all about the Halloween special. We answered questions. We talked about episode 100. What else did we get into? We talked schedule. I talked about James and Nance for like a solid 15 minutes.
Wow.
Thanks, Fail Waffle. Like I got really deep in on like what like the tortured romance of my character and an NPC. Like, we got deep. But what else is going on? Jeff released stat blocks for some of our previous enemies, including the Lord of Crows. Some really amazing stuff going on there. And this week, oh my gosh, Ron and Jared, we released episode 2 of Arcane Artistry, which is our new interview show with artists and writers and designers of the TTRPG community. And this week's or this episode's guest was none other than Sean Merwin from Ghostfire Games, who is an incredibly impressive individual. I asked you for his bio, and it went on for like that. I was like, holy crap.
He's been doing this longer than any of us.
Yes. And look for that. If you're not a member of the Patreon, that will be going live within the next few days. But if you're a patron, you can watch it right now. But don't watch it right now. Stay here with us. And
that time, not right now.
No, not right now.
Watch them simultaneously. So watch our show and at the same
that
time.
either. Don't listen to Jared. Let's see. But what else is going on?
Never trust Jared when he's wearing overalls. That's the rule. basically.
That is a good rule.
That's a solid rule.
I haven't
He's-
taken these off since the Halloween episode. I'm just letting you guys know.
Yeah, by
that-
the way, we also want to
comfy.
apologize for any children that were scarred by Katie and Jared's segments during the Halloween
I
episode.
apologize.
I was a child that was scarred by the episode.
Yeah. It was educational.
They did not.
Yes.
They did not fully
Yes.
inform us what was going to happen, and we were terrified.
We fully informed them. Morgan's trying to get out of it. We sent a draft.
I was told
That's
we're
true.
being
Everything.
dolls. I was like, uh-oh.
Creepy
and then
dolls.
and then I wasn't aware how creepy it was going to get.
You're just more scared of dolls than you knew.
That's correct.
True.
But it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. Yes, but visit our merch store for so many amazing things. People have been posting photos of their new Map of Ein desk mats that are available
Yeah.
now. They're beautiful. 100th
sweet.
episode tumblers. Oh my gosh. Can't believe this is our reality.
Seriously.
Yes, so much cool stuff going on.
I'll be adding more merch for the Christmas time. We're going to be adding some Christmas merch here very shortly, probably mid of the month, and some more cool things now that we have our new logos. We can do things like embroidery and a lot of really fun things. So keep an eye out and look out for that as well.
Got it. But that's the long and short of things. Let's see. Oh, we talked about the holiday schedule on the cooldown on Monday, but we'll be releasing it officially in the next couple days. It's fairly normal of what we did of the last couple of years. So a week off for Thanksgiving, 2 weeks off for the end of year holidays, and But this
Last
is
thing tonight, advantages and disadvantages only.
Thank you for reminding me. Yes,
You're welcome.
no potatoes, yams, or balloons tonight. The force of evil, force of good battles are very tough in these two shots, and we don't want to overwhelm Michael and Erica too much. They're already dealing with a lot from us, so we appreciate it.
Wait till we get to the end of the show.
That's right. Oh gosh.
Yes, and if you are a Patreon supporter and you don't, or you're not, and you don't know, at the end of the show, we read off certain names of our Patreon supporters and in particular styles. So stick around for that. It's hilarious every time we do it. I promise you will enjoy it.
Indeed.
If that's it,
I believe that's it.
People
then
in chat are asking who the new guests are because they, of course, joined after they introduced who they were.
oh sure. How about we do this? How about we
I mean,
give
Michael,
them
Erica,
each a little bit of time to
introduce
tell who they
yourself,
are?
please.
Yeah, introduce yourself.
Yes, plug stuff. Go
Erica.
ahead.
All right. Hi, my name is Erica Fermina, also known as A-Style Pixie. I am a variety streamer, tabletop RPG player, actress, cosplayer. I do a lot of stuff, and I do it on the internet a lot of the time. And I am part of a modern setting 5e horror game.
Woo.
The season finale is this Sunday at 7 p.m. on twitch.tv/AaronGray. You might also recognize me from Girls Guts Glory and things on Geek and Sundry, and I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah,
Thank
we're happy
you.
to have you. Thank you for Thank you for sharing your time with us, Michael. Your turn.
Hello, yeah, my name is Michael Sinclair II. I go by Michael Crits everywhere. I guess I'm a professional tabletop role-playing person, and I am in several tabletop role-playing games. I'm in Second Star to the Right, which is a show that takes place in Neverland every other Friday. I'm in Feyforge Academy, a podcast that takes place in the Feywild. I always get Feywild and Neverland mixed up. And then you might know me from Into the Motherlands, which is one of the Twitch shows here on Wednesdays, but we just ended our season, so you can go check out stuff there. And then I also play Magic the Gathering, and I've been on some YouTube shows like The Command Zone and one coming up on I Hate Your Deck. So that is me.
That's a good name for a magic show. I hate your deck.
I hate your
It's
deck.
great.
That's usually the first thing that comes out of my mouth when I play magic against someone. It's like, wow, I hate your deck.
I hate it. I hate it. I
I
just
hate
hate
it.
it.
I hate it. Yep, I hate it. Well, thank you both again for joining us.
Again? Okay, I hate your deck.
I hate your deck again. Yeah. Oh, another counter spell. Great.
Yeah, that's
great.
nice. That's a good spell there. I like that. Oh, direct damage. You like direct damage?
Oh,
I like
fun,
direct damage
fun.
too. I hate
Clearly, Jared and I played a lot of Magic the Gathering before.
Confession, I have not.
That's all right. It's okay. And on that note, I think I will throw it over to Erica in our new tradition started by Jared, none other Jared Kajak. Erica, if you would please ask Sean to light the torch.
Oh, Sean, old boy, would you mind lighting those torches?
To my fellow compatriots, I know it's been quite a while since we last corresponded, but my life has changed since Daddy passed. The list is long, and I cannot wait to share with you all the wonderful things I've learned about the Zed Mining Company. I write to you now because my family has offered me an opportunity to oversee our investments in a new settlement in the Savagery. The town is called Ricochet, and it has a particular small town in the middle of hell vibe that I've grown accustomed to. I know what you're thinking. What could anyone want in those dangerous sands? I thought the same thing, if I'm being honest. It turns out there are quite a bit of undiscovered precious materials out here. With CompZ's new functionality, we don't have to worry about accidentally vaporizing entire buildings anymore. Breachheart Blaze is the investor that brought me out this way, and he owns the local watering hole known as the Grazed Gambler. I know the stories behind Blaze, and I can assure you he has been nothing but kind to me since I got here. I wonder if his reputation is a bit unearned. He's a bit rough around the edges, but he always does the right thing. He's even taken a young man under his wing after both of his parents perished in an unfortunate incident with a pack of bullets. There's the general store, run by Granger. Riche, our purveyor of fine goods, though I think he raises the profit margin when he thinks he can get away with it. Blaze seems okay with it, but we'll see how long he stays in business. Recently, a gang of riders known as the Ebb and Few has been terrorizing the town, stealing goods at night, and I dare say, killing anyone they deem worthy of death. Blaze doesn't seem to like them, but he says better to keep them drunk and pliable than deal with their crazy sober demands. And that's why I've reached out to all of you. I know the Z-Riders pay you well, and I will as well, I promise. You only need to make your way to Ricochet, and I promise you a percentage in ownership of our new venture. I've already cleared each of you with Blaze. You know how all these investors can get with their surprises. Blaze has invited a few of his contacts as well, but we agreed that a protective detail assigned by my father's Zed Mining Company would go a long way in legitimizing our new mine. So, included in this message is a proof of my worth, and Jefflin need only hold out his hand and say what he's always said to me in my greatest time of need. If you find my offering satisfactory, kiss the mechanical bird, and I will return to me post-haste. Please hurry. The tension in town is palpable, and I worry we may fail before we even begin. Good luck on your journey, and may Amandal light your path. Signed, Jetty. We are in the Savagery. The sun is setting as our characters are riding towards the town of Ricochet. It's a group of 5. They're carrying a wagon, which often looks like maybe someone lives in here. But for now, it's carrying the goods that this group needs to take to Ricochet. The owner of the wagon is one Jethelin. Morgan, please do me the honor in describing Jethelin.
Thank you very much. Jefflin is a tall human male, around 6'4", mid-40s, with a tanned olive skin and an impressive dark beard. His eyes communicate cautious optimism, which is almost odd for someone who's had as much bad luck as he has. He wears a long duster, and his leather armor looks something like a fisherman's vest with seemingly dozens of pockets. He also wears a heavy workman's belt that has seemingly dozens of keys, tools, and a contraption that looks almost like a tripod, all hanging from his side. So he can make quite a bit of noise when he walks, if he's not careful. And this is his cart, and mind the pillows. Sorry about that. Yeah, there's a blade. Just tuck it off to the side. That's fine. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Riding beside him on her very own horse is one Shantytown Samantha. Shantytown Samantha, would you describe yourself, please?
Well, Shantytown Samantha is about a 4 feet tall dwarven woman with fiery red hair. She's a nice young 55 years old, and she, though she's short in stature, her temper is even shorter. And on her belt, you see a revolver. On her back, you see a hunting rifle. She is wearing leather vest, leather chaps. She got her cowgirl boots on. She's got a nice kerchief around her neck, though it has seen some better days. And she's probably covered in a little bit of dirt.
And grime from the trail, for sure.
Yeah.
Riding on the other side on their own horse is Ambrose Gessimus.
Yes, so you see Ambrose Gessimus. He is a human male. He has really dark red-brown skin. He has a nice little top hat, and underneath that top hat that comes down to his shoulders is some jerry curls. That looks just well done. He has also one of those long leather coats and a vest underneath that. And he has a nice cowboy belt. He has nice chaps and some nice dark black boots. That's what you get from Ambrose.
Riding alongside Jefflin on the cart is one Al. Al, would you like to describe yourself?
Yeah, Al Nathrak definitely does not fit in to this world. He's first off, he's Getzari or Getzari, depending on how you want to pronounce it. So kind of an alien-like appearance, tall, skinny, sallow, yellow, green skin with little splotches, sunken, deep-set eyes, long, angular features, a flattened, squished Getzari nose, pointed ears. He wears magical overalls that protect him, just because I love overalls. And he wields no gun. He has a heavy bladed shovel at his side, and it looks like a whiskey barrel that's had the top cut off that's strapped to his arm, so he looks like a junker. That being said, he is also a preacher. So he's constantly talking about the Empress of Twilight and how she can bring light to the darkness and how the Shadow Realm will corrupt us all if we don't pray for our sins. And he's constantly keeping an eye on his younger sister, Sal, who's probably close by.
And speaking of Sal, riding on her own horse, amongst the others, a similar-looking individual. A female.
That's right. Sal Nathrak. So Sal is a tall, lanky gith. All right. She has curious eyes and a mischievous smile. And she's also wearing overalls, but they're worn out and they're not magical. All right. She has an eclectic mix of other clothing items, bandanas, hats, multiple vests, some chaps that she's obviously collected from bodies or locations along her journeys. She's got some daggers in all her vest pockets. She's got a bow and arrow, and she's got a little pistol that she keeps in the top pocket of her overalls, just a little bit peeking out. That's all you need to know.
That's all we need to know. And as our group rides through the Savagery on their way to Ricochet, and the sun begins to set, cicadas begin to sing as the heat in the area wakes them. It's 1,000 years before the events of the dungeon run, and the world is flourishing. A new age of exploration and discovery has arrived in Ain, driven by the latest findings in various industries. A new mining technology called Composition Z is an explosive mixture derived from gunpowder and combined with evocation magic that allows for a handful of people to do the entire jobs of hundreds. The most outstanding achievement in the tech that utilizes CompZ can magically detect veins of precious materials and leave them utterly unharmed in the process, making finding unique material a breeze. Jedediah Goodson, who you just heard a letter from, is a dwarf of considerable renown. He's fifth in line to inherit the Zed Mining Company, the creators of Composition Z, but likes to keep that line of celebrity out of the minds of his people. A good and patient man known for his love of six-shooters, Jedediah has found himself throughout his life among a merry band of adventurers, and he now calls on that merry band one last time, one last job to help a friend and provide the party with a lifestyle they never dreamed of, deep in what is now known as the Savagery in a brand new tiny desert town called Ricochet. As the sun sets, you all start to realize you're getting pretty tired. Horseback riding and long months long gets pretty tiring pretty quickly. Luckily, the sun is setting, so it's perfect time. So you will have to look for. It is open desert, gets very cold at night, and if you don't have shelter, there are a variety of issues you may arrive with, including many monsters in the forms of bullets. So, as the sun sets and you begin looking for camp, who wants to roll? Michael, please.
Ambrose has definitely got this. The wilds are not unfamiliar to him.
I have no idea where we are, so please be my guest.
Roll a survival check for me, will you, Michael?
It's a 22.
22. Michael, Ambrose is very, very used to this. You're right. This kind of wild situation, finding things that are hard to find in order to survive. And despite it being very flat in the desert, you're able to find what appears to be a small valley into the desert that will give you shelter in either direction and be able to keep watch for the night.
All right. Okay. I was just going to say, I look at the crew and I'm like, hey, we should be getting on over here. The sun's looking like it's coming down and we should probably hunker down for the night.
All right.
Fine.
Sounds good.
I think that's a fine idea.
As
I'll
Ambrose
trust you, Ambrose.
As Ambrose and Jefflin turn the wagon towards the spot that he has found, you all begin to see that the moon is full as it rises in the sky. The general features of the landscape as you have traveled have been mostly rocky desert with cacti, various harsh plants. If you think Midwestern American environment, that's most of what you see. You have noticed that as you entered the Savagery, there aren't as many normal animals that you see everywhere else in Ain. Not much wildlife to pick from. You knew this coming in, so your wagon is fully stocked with rations and materials and provisions in order to travel. But as you dock and finalize everything with the cart and start to make camp, I have an idea. So I just want to throw this out to audience. Audience, we're going to get some interactive things here. I would like to ask the audience to give me a title of an adventure that this group has completed before. So one of the things that I have experienced in Two Shots is sometimes it's hard to get a working relationship among characters. And so I have an idea of maybe doing a group storytelling thing here so that all of our characters can together realize a story that they have been behind in the past. So for those watching right now, please, in chat, if
the horseshoe job.
The horseshoe job. I did see the horseshoe job. I see out beyond the cactus run. Someone said who me, which is strange. The Blue Canyon, the purloined pasta. I think we'll go with 7 nights in Savage Cheyenne.
Whoa. Well. Okay.
Seven nights in Savage Cheyenne. So the idea, players, here is you have all experienced an adventure before called the 7 Nights of Savage Cheyenne. Up to you what that means and how that works. Go.
Nights with a K or nights with just an N?
N, just an N.
Okay, thank goodness.
7 nights of Cheyenne, of Savage Cheyenne.
Oh, there were 7 nights. Oh.
So we'll just do this like a improvised story.
Okay.
Each of you, I'll let you freeform it, and we'll role play here in a way, including your characters, and describe the adventure that you were on previously.
So we're all sitting around the campfire and set up for camp and what have you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's pretty easy to.
Okay. Al Nathrak has like a big pot of beans over the fire that he's cooking up for everybody.
And Jefflin will have pulled out a small metal rack, which you will have known is enchanted with a small amount of a very weak version of the heat metal spell, and it actually does amazing things for sandwiches and small toasted items. Please, so yes, making grilled cheese sandwiches for everyone. It's really wonderful. You'll love it. Here,
You know what the moon reminds me of?
What's that?
That one time that we all almost died together.
Which one time?
You mean Cheyenne?
Yeah.
Oh.
The
yeah.
one time.
Yeah.
Isn't that when we
Nights.
got real lost for like a week?
Yeah.
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 Well, it was more like 6 days and 7 nights, but yeah, it was a week.
I'm sorry. I did say sorry.
I wasn't gonna point
100
fingers,
times.
Ambrose, but you're the one who says you're so good with the outdoors. I'm just, but hey, look,
that's
we
what
all have
poured
our
out.
bad days.
We clearly trust you now, Ambrose, because everyone's stopped here now. So I think
Yeah.
all's forgiven.
Absolutely.
Enough. We trust him enough.
Well,
Sure.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Sure, but that was the one where we were trying to recover the what was the item for that woman, for that rich woman just outside of Cheyenne?
Her horse.
Her horse. That's right. How could I
Yeah.
forget?
Yeah.
It did have a gold gilded saddle.
Yeah, that will raise the price on things.
See, that's
Yeah.
why I got lost, because the horse was moving in weird ways. I don't think it was used to carrying a gold weight saddle, so that's how I lost track.
And she
So-
trained it to trot sideways. It was really something
It
strange.
was
Very
one of them
strange.
trick ponies.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So it did not look like horse hooves in the sand, in the dirt.
Yeah.
right?
Like a really big sidewinder,
Yeah. That was.
Speaking of Sidewinder, Jefflin, didn't you get bit by one of them snakes and start hallucinating from all the venom and stuff coursing through
Yes,
your body?
that definitely happened. Well, I mean, hallucinating is
Swell
stronger
up
than I
like
would,
a
but
big old watermelon.
I still hold that those beavers out in those woods were completely real. I don't know about you, but they were huge and they were coming after me. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I can't prove that they weren't real.
I
Ow.
distinctly remember the guiding light of the Empress. The Empress of Twilight guiding our way.
Here we go.
that
No.
night
Okay.
so that we could find our
Ow. Your
way.
beans are burning.
You're
Oh,
great.
sorry, you're right.
We all love the Empress of Twilight. She's saved our lives a million times.
I thought that was just the sunrise glinting off of the golden saddle,
Just let him have this.
That's-
Just let him have this.
that's
Oh
the
yeah,
Empress.
it was the sunlight
That's the
from
Empress
the
winking
Empress.
at all of us.
Yeah,
That's her
yeah.
wink. It's a little squint, squint, squint. And it
sure.
shows
Mhm.
that she's with us whenever we're in need.
Always.
This is Morgan the player. I'm stopping myself from making so many Twilight jokes about Edward and Jacob and New Moon and everything right now, and I'm just not.
The beans are done. Who would like a bowl of beans?
Well, yes, of course, I'll
I
take
think
some.
we all will, I guess.
Sure.
I will.
Yeah.
Hand them all out.
Ambrose, I gotta say though, even though we did almost die on that, and I know you really blame yourself, and so do we.
We just
I
said we
mean-
didn't.
I know, but we do. Let's be honest,
But
a
you
little
know,
bit.
I mean-
We're
We've
being
forgiven it, but
nice.
initially
All right.
we did. I'm saying
we've-
we've worked through it a little bit.
Sure.
But it took us a while to get here, I guess is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
You know,
it did
you
help.
you did help, and you really did save the day at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank God. I'm just gonna say that glint that he was talking about. He's always looking for that signal, and luckily, that's how we were able to spot it. I was like, that's not a regular glint. That's one of them wavy glints. Everyone in the party was just saying, "Oh, that's a mirage. We've been out here for so long. Ambrose, you messed up." And I was like, "No, I swear,
Yeah.
this one time, that's where that horse is."
Yeah. It's because you had messed up previously, but
Right.
then that time you were right. So
Plus, Al's studying of different types of glints always comes in handy.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
There's like
You
a
get
wavy
light,
glint.
light coming off the water is a lot different than light coming off of steel, which is a lot different coming off the sands. Yeah,
Mhm.
every single kind of glint and twinkle. I mean, I should write a book, really,
Mhm.
just
Yeah,
about all
you
the different
definitely
types of
should.
twinkles.
Totally
and
should.
sparkling.
you should write a book and then don't
Mhm.
talk about it to us until you've written the book.
Yeah, you could say Al the Glint Master.
Yeah.
Glint
Yeah.
master. I
And
will
we'll
tell
all
it.
read it, and you don't have to read it to us.
Yeah, and you can teach it in your Empress school,
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have always wanted to educate the people I want to give forth the knowledge that I have gained in my many years on this various planets.
You could also make a children's book if you're trying to do that, break into that market. You know, you could make a book called Clint, the Glint Master. Where
Oh
he
my
just
goodness.
Goes around and just keeps, you know, getting bits and bobs from the desert.
Ambrose,
Yeah.
I appreciate your talent with words, my friend, because that is something that I have always been sort of jealous of my fellow. As a former shopkeeper, I'm jealous of other shopkeepers whose names just naturally attribute themselves to alliteration or something like that. It's just, whereas, like, trying to find things that start with J or rhyme with Jefflin, it just never works out for me. So Clint the Glint Master is the best thing I've heard today. Well done, sir. And I, you know, maybe after this job with Jedediah, maybe I could start another store. I hope to be able to someday, but I don't know, and I just never know what to call it. I feel like that branding is everything.
Well, that's what Ambrose is good at, and survival, I guess.
Right,
Mhm.
right,
But naming
you-
stuff.
right.
Well, I was gonna say, have you thought about changing your name?
Oh gosh,
Oh, that's
I
a
don't
good
know.
point.
But that just feels like it introduces a whole other complication. I like, what would I call it? Just Jeff? Jeff? What kind of name is that?
Terrible
Effie.
name.
Terrible name.
Just terrible.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
You don't look like a Jeff to me.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment.
Yeah, you look more like Cecil.
We'll think about that.
Cecil
Okay.
Strong. I like the Cecil. That looks.
Like you
yeah.
got the
All right.
Ambrose approval, which is really all I need.
All right.
I mean,
But that-
I know I didn't mean to bring up like a sore subject on that. I just think, you know, that was our first adventure together, and like we learned a lot about each other chasing that pony through the desert for half a fortnight.
And that woman was very, very pleased when we eventually were able to recover that horse.
But we had to put down that horse because his back was.
It's true, we did immediately have to kill it.
was
Why did
atrocious.
you have to bring up the saddest part of the story? Oh man.
I mean, the woman seemed more concerned about the saddle than the horse itself. Let's be real.
True.
Wait, hold on. The horse didn't
Morgan.
make it?
Morgan,
Oh.
make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Do I have advantage? How dare you?
Let me check. You do not. Straight roll for me.
Is it against harmful gases or vapors?
It is not.
Ah, dang it.
Thought it might have been in relation to the beans that we're having.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh
say.
God. Too good. 21.
21. You hold back what catches you off guard a little bit as sadness, as a deep resonating sadness when Ambrose brings up the death of the horse. It's almost it's an odd, strange thing. You weren't really particularly tied to the horse, but this, for whatever reason, maybe it's the air, something caused you to really
Sir,
react to that.
is there onions in those beans? No, that was let's not talk about what happened with the horse.
You don't have to do Cecil. You could do any name you want.
I do. No, it's just that was a real shame. It was a real shame what happened with that horse, and
Wait, hold on. Is that why you all told me to go for a walk? Did you put that horse down?
No, it's on a farm. It's in a very happy farm.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I misspoke. Ambrose is right. Al. Yeah.
yes,
So the horse made it.
Yes.
totally made it.
It made it somewhere, yeah.
It made it to that farm.
The
They're real
Golden
nice.
Corral. It's so weird. It went together with the Golden Saddle.
The greenest pastures you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Why are you crying then?
Oh, that was I was just really sad for the hardships that horse went through in those 7 nights and 6 days that it was gone.
I put a lot of healing into that horse. Are you telling me it didn't make it? Is that what you're
It
saying?
made it. We're saying
Definitely made it.
Yeah.
Definitely made it.
It made it to where it was going, for sure.
Inside check.
Oh my God! Yes. Everyone
Michael,
rolled deception.
that's opposed by anyone who's telling is opposed by a deception check. So.
Okay.
Anybody have advantage, Ron? I want to make sure.
Okay, I've got advantage for.
We all having to do this?
whoever was talking, I think everybody was telling him a lie there. So
I think that's where the insight check was all of us saying it's
we've got one for Katie from Chef Scott 86.
Thank you, Chef Scott.
We've got one for Erica Dim-Witted from Jim Witted.
Woo! Erica's name is
advantage for you, Erica.
Thank you.
And Michael, you also have an advantage from Jim Witted.
Oh, Jim Witted, thanks.
Are these for anything or?
I assumed you were rolling now, Erica. If you're not, then
use it
we'll
for
hold on
now
to
if
that.
you can, because we
Oh,
were gonna...
okay. Then I will.
And I got a 21. That was without the advantage.
And this is we're having to roll deception.
Jefflin gives it away. I just rolled a nat 1.
Well, I just got a nat 20.
Oh!
And my deception is
maybe.
+4. So.
Well,
Jared, what's your insight?
I got a 25 on my insight check.
Oh,
He's very wise.
Very.
So he doesn't.
It's very
say-
clear to you.
Yeah,
It's very clear to you,
Oh, that's
Al.
sweet.
Al just kind of
that they
sits
don't lie.
back and he's just staring at everybody now, slowly eating his beans, shaking his head.
Sal's just gonna
Just
make eye
judging.
contact with everyone and be like,
Just
everybody
judging.
stop. He knows.
I rolled, just for the record, I rolled a 0 because I am -1 to deception.
Oh, no.
Breakdown. You just break down.
You're
crying.
just snot and crying into the beans.
The horse is fine.
Hey, you know what? Actually, maybe you need to go for a walk.
Yeah, I think maybe that's
Jefflin,
not a
you
bad
maybe just need
idea.
to take a little stroll around, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be all
May
right.
the Empress guide you and protect you.
Thank you.
And I kind of touch you on the shoulder as you walk away.
Thank you very much.
Well,
Jefflin, as you're walking, not too far from camp, but looking around and taking a moment for yourself, you notice the crisp, cool air and an odd silence. Roll a perception check for me. The silence seems to indicate to you something is wrong, and you begin looking around.
All right. 10.
It's dark. You're human, right? So you don't have any magical dark. You have
I
no dark
do
vision.
not. I definitely do not have
So the dim light from the campfire impedes your vision a bit, but it almost feels like, again, very sad. And still, even when you're alone, it feels odd that you're this sad about the horse. But it also feels like maybe something's watching you in the darkness.
I scurry back to the fire. This is, strange territory. Strange territory indeed.
Is everything all right?
I don't know. I think it's fine. I think it's probably fine, but we are in a place called the Savagery, so, I mean, maybe it's not that fine?
I mean, people call me Shantytown Samantha. That doesn't mean anything.
True. Names are not necessarily, they can be deceiving. Yes, that's a good point.
Why do they call you Shantytown Samantha?
I guess it does mean something. I did grow up there.
You grew up in Shantytown?
Yeah.
Oh,
Got
all
it.
right.
I mean, I don't like to talk about it much. But
maybe
you know,
you should change your name then.
I mean, I didn't call myself that. My
Right.
name's Samantha.
That's true.
It's just what they call me, you know?
It's a name you earn.
Well, I like it.
It's a good name. That's a good one.
Yeah. And if you got Ambrose approval on a name, that means it's a good name.
Ambrose
That's true.
is the
I've heard him
wordsmith.
shoot down many a name in our times adventuring together. So not a strong name. I don't trust him.
He does do that sometimes, don't you? Someone introduces themselves, you're like, nah,
I can
we're gonna
tell.
fix that.
I can tell by the names. Sometimes people just walk around with the wrong names, and sometimes if they walk around with a really bad name, you just got to take them out. That's because most of the time they're just a bad person. I've found that out.
Sure. I've
Yeah.
never met a good Damien in my life.
No good
No,
Damians.
just a bad name.
I
I still remember the first time you and I met. I said, "Hi, very nice to meet you. My name's Jefflin," and you looked at me hard and you said, "You can do better."
I sure did, and we're getting there. We sure are.
I really appreciate that. It was a real slap in the face in a good way.
That's what I'm good for. I do slap people in this, when they being
Right.
ridiculous.
Sometimes metaphorical, sometimes literal. Yes.
Yep.
I had something for you actually. I wanted to, as a show that really no one holds any ill will about the horse issue, about missing the horse issue. I did have something for you that I wanted to give, which is, and I will pull a small ring out of one of my many pockets, and this is something I've recently learned how to do, and I thought of you immediately. I pull out a small ring and I hand it to you. This ring.
I know I'm nice, but you're not.
Oh, no. It's just a ring. It's just a ring, I promise. There is no sort of commitment or anything like that.
Okay.
That's what they always say, Ambrose.
You're a very
I'm telling you
handsome
right
man,
now.
Ambrose. Here, take this ring. Just
Maybe you might want to get up off that knee.
Oh, you're right. I'm so
It sends a
sorry.
different
My feet
message.
were hurting. Yes, you're right. I'm so sorry. I'll stand up.
This is
sorry.
awkward, right? This is awkward for all of us. Really.
In a very friendly, cordial, what do you call it?
Are you holding
non-romantic
flowers?
way. No, I'm not. No. This just, I picked some
Definitely
dandelions
get to
up.
the point. What's
Anyway,
going on?
here you are, my friend. This is just for you in a non-romantic, interesting, useful way. It was something that I found. It will help you regain a spell slot up to 3rd level. Anyway, I'm leaving. And I walk back to the cart.
He's emotional tonight, right? Like more so than usual. I'm not reading.
I think the horse thing really shook him up.
Yeah.
And lying about it also shook him up because he doesn't like to lie.
Jefflin, as you get back towards the car,
Oh no, now what?
It's clear. It's clear to you.
Evelyn just dies immediately.
It's very clear to you that your emotions are all over the place.
Clear to us,
And-
too.
Clear to everybody.
Just rejected by Ambrose. The horse. You're done.
Oh, pull it together, Javelin. Come on.
And as you're rattling through your bags and things and nervous twitching, there's something in your bag near the ring that you just pulled out that catches your eye as you're trying to calm yourself in your emotional state. It's the little yellow gem that came out of the bird during the message.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be warm to your touch, almost as if you can connect to it. And it seems to be activated as you think about the horse. The gem itself begins to glow stronger than it normally does. And you realize that if you concentrate hard on an emotion, some event, anything that you've really impacted you, the gem responds to your thoughts as you do so.
But it's always just growing warm or not? Or is it
Warm or
in
in
temperature
glowing.
based on emotion or anything like that?
It seems to, yes, the increase in glow also increases the warmth, which is why it appears to be warm currently.
I think about the grand opening of my store. I think about that wonderful proud day and how people were excited to buy my various knickknacks and inventions and see what that does to it.
It lowers. The glow seems to dim a bit and the warmth begins to fade.
Do we see him messing
Yeah,
with
I
this
mean,
gem?
you all see him. I mean, it's not very far from the campfire. He
Right.
just seems to be, he rumbles into his pack and then he pulls something out and he seems to be staring at it and confused about what's going on. And you do see a small glow from the distance, especially you, Mr. Twilight Cleric.
Right.
You see a small glow kind of appear out of the dark area.
Would
that
one
Would you
say
say-
a glint?
Would you say a twinkle?
I would say a twinkle.
Glint Master.
I'm immediately drawn to said twinkle. I'm gonna get up and walk over there, and this time I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder again, but I'm going to use one of my abilities, the Eyes of the Night, so that you can see up to 300 feet of dark vision. I can actually do this up to
Oh.
I can actually do this up to 4 people, but I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know if Ambrose. Do I know, Ambrose, if you can see in the dark or not?
You have gathered that probably I can see in the dark.
Okay, then I'm just gonna give that ability. I'm just gonna give that ability to Jefflin.
Whoa!
But I'm gonna do that by putting my hand on his shoulder. It's all right. It's just me.
All right.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at this this yellow gem. It came. So Ron, this gem came out of the bird, correct?
Right. So at the beginning of the episode, when you heard Jedediah, that was a letter that was delivered to you, and in the letter it describes a little mechanical sparrow that delivered this message.
As long as I said something, which Jefflin is known to say from time to time, which is it'll all work out in the end.
Which is a phrase that Jedediah and Jefflin have shared in many a times. That small gem, which you had appraised, is worth a lot of money and appears to be magically attuned in that it can hold small amounts of magic. But this particular aspect, and Al, all of you have seen this gem as I described to you before.
Right.
You've all seen this gem. But it's been in Jefflin's hands for a month, so it's kind of a thing that you
twinkle before.
No, this is brand new. It has never done this before.
I was just holding this little gem thing, and thinking about the horse that totally lived and nothing bad happened to it, and
it begins to glow in his hand when he says these things. When he talks about the horse and being sad that it perished, the yellow gem that looks a little bit like a yellow quartz grows crystal clear and begins to give off a yellow light.
Then that happened.
So
it warms in your hand.
Focusing on sorrow, that's the effect that it had.
Yeah, right. And then I tried to think of something happier to see, like a strong, happy thing, and then it.
And it begins to lose its glow, and again,
I'll hand it to you.
When he places it into my hand, I'm gonna hold it very gingerly, and my eyes roll up into the back of my head, and I'm gonna try to remember the time that Sal and I spent in the Shadowfell.
The gem begins to get super hot in your hand. The glow almost bright, like a giant flashlight in the middle of the dark. And as you get to the memory of this particular event in the Shadowfell that you experienced, Jal, the gem explodes in your hand.
Whoa!
Shatters.
Awesome.
It doesn't do any damage to you, luckily.
Okay.
But it completely just breaks in your hand and shatters into
I will
small.
immediately start looking for like the little pieces of it or shards of it if there's anything left.
Yeah, when I say explode, it just sort of popped in his hand. It didn't go everywhere. It just sort of shatters in his hand and crumbles.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that it was going to do that.
No, that's fine. What were you, if you don't mind my asking, what were you thinking about?
Well, and his eyes dart over at Sal and then look back at you. It's kind of a long story. It's about the before times, before Sal and I ended up here on this world.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've you don't really talk about it much, but I've heard, basically it sounds like very unpleasant.
Yeah, that's an understatement. It was one of the darkest times in my whole life. It's why I devoted myself to the Empress.
What did, and I'll bring this back to the group, what did the letter say about the bird? What about this stone specifically? Or what used to be the stone? We broke the stone, everybody, sorry. But it's...
Wait.
Ow.
By thinking about sad things, we broke the stone. I didn't know that was a thing, but it happened.
You broke it with your mind?
Well, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Al broke it, really, but I don't want to throw him under the cart.
It's all right. I don't mind telling the truth. I allowed my darker thoughts into my mind, and I focused it on the gem, and that's what happened.
So you broke it with your mind.
Well, yeah, I suppose you could put it that way.
He said, Jedediah said, included in this magical message is my proof of worth. And Jefflin need only hold out his hand and say what he's always said to me in my greatest time of need, which I did. Did we send the bird back to him? I assume we did.
Yeah, I assume that you did if you
Yeah.
accepted the yeah.
Weeks
so you
ago,
kiss
yeah.
somebody kisses the bird and the bird flew back off.
I'll kiss it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this happened a month ago, but yes.
I did it.
Sal, kiss anything. Kiss anything once.
And Al, as
Kiss
we have
anything
talked about
once.
before, this little mechanical sparrow is like the thing that Jedediah loves to do. It's like his message, his little signature and messages, and it's just a message spell, but uses a mechanical bird in order to deliver it.
He said this
and
was
allows a physical item to be carried as a delivery,
like a carrier pigeon, but you
correct.
know,
Yep. But a sparrow.
Yeah. Well, okay. So he said this was his proof of worth.
Do you
So
think this has anything to do with Compound Z?
I think it might.
And it's broken now?
Guess so.
You seem real focused on the gem blowing up.
I thought it was something that I thought it was important. I don't know. It's broken.
I mean, I think it was important, but unfortunately, I mean, well, if this Compound Z is vulnerable to the sad thoughts of people, I mean, that really seems pretty volatile, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You've seen Compound Z, and you know it's more of like a nitroglycerin type of thing. It's
okay.
a liquid. The crystal itself is not composition
not
Z.
Composition Z. All right.
So, Ron, sorry, go ahead.
Oh,
Go
no.
ahead. Did Jedediah has he made a gem before for us? Have we
No.
ever seen him do this? No.
No, it's you get the feeling from the letter that this gem is part of the mine that he's creating, that he has worked
I see.
in on.
So the mine
in
itself
Ricochet.
had this magical gem inside
Yes.
of it. Got it.
How far are we from Ricochet? Does anyone know?
To let you all know, you're about, Ambrose specifically knows, that you're about a little less than a full day's travel from the town.
Well, presumably we'd get more answers once we get to Ricochet, yeah?
Yeah, it's just strange that he would send this to us and not tell us more about it.
Seems very strange. Minerals or crystals or gems that react to when you feel a certain way. I mean, and then not just react, but like explode. I mean, if this was, if Ron, would Jefflin be able to figure out that if there was enough of this, could it like explode? Like if there was enough
I don't know
of it?
if you have enough information from the experience you've had with it to make that conclusion.
Got it.
It seems
Al,
like it
make
would
a
be...
perception check for me.
Who?
Al.
You.
Oh.
Al.
Yeah, that's pretty good. 18.
You're pretty sure. Your vision's out to 300.
Yeah. Well, now both my vision and Jefflin's vision.
Still
So
getting used to
Jefflin,
it.
you can also make a perception check, Jefflin.
Great.
What was yours, Al?
18.
Okay.
Mine's pretty good too. Mine is an 18 as well.
You swear it's in the peripheral of your vision, and that's what draws your eyes over there. But you swear you see a light in the distance, just at the edge of your vision, far in the distance, about 300 yards away.
Would you say
And the lights-
twinkling light?
I would call it more like the light of the same kind of light that you see in a wolf's eyes when it steps out of the
like
darkness.
light reflecting off of a. Got it.
Out of an eye. Yes.
Got it.
Huh.
Do you see that?
Yeah, I see something. I'm not sure what it is.
It's a sign.
Okay.
It's a sign that we're supposed to be here.
Okay. Or maybe we're not.
Al
supposed
reaches
to be
into
here.
his overalls and he pulls out a little medallion that's around his neck and clutches it in his hands.
Are they still right next to the campfire where we all?
Yeah, they're still right there with you having this
okay.
conversation. Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
sorry, but we're all watching you all have a moment right here. Are you okay?
There's like some things that look like eyes about 300 feet that way.
Ambrose.
Yeah,
I want.
yeah.
Can you look at that?
I mean, yeah.
I'll walk around and I'll touch everybody else in the party so that everyone can see 300 feet in the darkness.
You mean I see the eyes. They kind of look like mine.
Yeah, right
I know,
that
but
way.
you know what to do.
Yeah, actually, when you turn and look at Ambrose's eyes in the dark at the certain light in the campfire, his eyes look exactly like that.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It's been a minute. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's very enchanting, I will say.
Please, it's been an awkward night. I mean,
Okay, sorry.
thank you. I would like a little bit of space. I
Please,
understand.
yes.
Yeah,
friends.
boundaries or something.
You're
That
right,
seems
you're
to
right.
be needed.
I have a rule, and when I DM, I have a rule. If you make me laugh in character, you get inspiration. So good for you, sir. Michael, Michael and Morgan, please get an inspiration. Thank you for that little bit.
And
I'll
Same.
go check the thing out
Yeah.
that Sal suggested me to.
Okay, so you walk to the edge of the camp. Make a perception check.
Okay. 7.
And you're out to 120, right?
No,
He
300.
just
I
Oh,
think
did
it's
you give
300.
him as well, the 300?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's been touched by Twilight.
I mean, you're used to long distance viewing in the dark. This is like binoculars on steroids. You can see clearly very, very far away. And you don't see anything but the shadows of boulders and cacti throughout the line of sight that you have.
No, right
with your vision.
over there. No, past the stone. Yeah, past the rocks. You can't see that?
I'm having a hard time tonight. There's been so much talk about,
hey, Jefflin, you don't need to put your hand on his shoulder.
I'm
It's
sorry.
It's
What-
okay.
What? Okay, sorry.
That's why I can't see anything. I'm just distracted. I am trying to find my center today. I am trying to be on point and find the things. I found us some shelter. And then I know things have been weird, Jefflin, but you've been really clingy and I'm having a hard time doing what I need to do.
I apologize. I'll sit down over here and yeah, don't just go, all right, that's fine.
Sam. Hey, Sam.
Yeah.
What? I mean, you know these lands probably better than any of us. Do you think we should be concerned that there's eyes in the distance?
I mean, yeah. It's not kind land, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I know. That's what you told me, and I've seen it myself too. Well, I don't know. Do we go out after, or do we stay here and let it come to us?
I mean, if we just leave it be for the moment, see what it wants, it might not even want anything to do with us, you know?
That's a good point. That's a good point. We don't
But
got
it does
nothing
come
for it.
near.
Al just starts walking out into the darkness.
Oh my God.
Or we could do that.
All right. Well, he's gonna go try and convert it to his empress or whatever. So
We don't
Ow.
even know what
Go
it
ahead.
is.
I'm
You know?
I'm
Right.
praying I'm praying quietly to myself and I'm walking towards it.
Al, as you walk out into this deserty area, it strikes you as odd that it's so silent. There's not much. With the tales of the savagery you heard, full of monsters and strange animals, so far it has not been much. In fact, you would even say it's almost the opposite of that, in that the normal wildlife of a desert region, as
Right.
Sam has indicated and as Ambrose has indicated, would be around. And as you walk into the sandy and rocky desert, leaving the campfire behind,
Can I cast
to
a
you is-
spell?
absolutely.
I'd like to cast Detect Evil and Good, which only has a range of 30 feet, but I would have that going while I'm walking
As
out
you
that
walk.
way. Yeah.
Of course. So you cast your spell. You do a small prayer to God, the Twilight Empress of Twilight, and as the magic washes over you, you get a sense of evil everywhere,
Really?
in all directions, at all times. It's a strange feeling.
Whoa.
It's not. Yeah, it's a strange feeling. It's not one of that thing right there is evil. It's just this general sense of there's evil around you.
Yeah.
In the
It's like
air.
I'm back in the Shadowfell where everything is
Correct.
tinted. Yeah. I'll
Now,
stop.
obviously, it's not like the Shadowfell where there's
Right.
shadows everywhere and you're feeling haunted.
Yeah.
But you do get that same feeling of there's something watching me and I can't see it.
Okay. I'll stop, like however far out I was, but I would like to continue to watch the glint off of the object or the eyes or whatever they are to see if it moves or if it just stays.
Well, it was a
stationary.
quick thing in your peripheral, so
Oh,
it
I
is
see.
no longer visible.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. All right, then I'll head back to the camp, but I'm going to keep that detection spell going.
Absolutely. As you get closer to the campfire, you start to realize that feeling of evil wanes.
I see.
And as you get within the light of the campfire, that evil feeling is completely gone.
Really? I immediately cast the light cantrip on as many things as I don't think I have to break concentration for that. Let me look it up real quick. But I'm going to definitely cast the light cantrip. At the very least, I'll cast it on like maybe one of the logs or the rock or something that's near the campfire, just to kind of expand the light out from where we're at.
Okay,
Absolutely.
light boy, you've given us all dark vision. Now you're setting everything. What's going on?
Yeah.
To the rest of you,
it's not concentration.
Al seems to be a little on edge. It's very clear.
I recently discovered actually that this toaster, this little sizzler as I call it, the invention that heats and makes grilled cheeses, you can actually put chocolate, marshmallow, and graham crackers, and it just creates the most delicious combination. Would anyone like one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, excellent, and handing out s'mores.
As we're like eating s'mores, there's like marshmallow coming out. So, Al, what'd you find out there?
To be honest with you, I didn't find anything, but I sensed real evil
From the creature?
from the darkness. And the
Yikes.
closer I got to the light, just like the Empress teaches us,
Oh boy.
the more safe and protected I felt.
All right.
I'm going to walk over and sit down next to Sal and kind of tap your leg or arm. And then I'll whisper into your ear, I think we are being, this is in Gith, by the way. I think that we are being watched. The creatures from the Shadowfell, they followed us here.
What have I told you about talking to me like this? I don't like this voice. It's betrayed me before, and I will not speak in it again. Also, you think everything is coming to you from the Shadowfell. We had a bad experience. Can you not see that?
There
It's
is
haunting you.
evil here. It has surrounded us.
Yeah, we are in bad lands. We're in a bad area. But I don't know if it's from that.
I do not know if I'm going to be able to protect all of us at the same time.
Well, luckily we're with very well accomplished people who can protect us as well.
I just want you to be safe.
I will be. And
Promise?
I want that for you, yes.
I will
Promise.
not speak to you this way again.
Thank you.
Samantha, I try not to take it personally when the two of them do this, but I mean, they've done it enough times where we've just, I can't understand a word that they're saying. At first, I have to say, the first few times, I definitely thought that they were talking about me.
I mean, they might have been.
Right,
We don't
right?
know.
Right? I don't
But
know.
Maybe it's like a sibling thing, you know?
Right. Yeah. Siblings have secret languages.
Mhm.
Not often literally, but
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
yeah. All right. They seem to have stopped.
Now they're looking at us.
Yeah, well, we can hear you.
Everything
Hey.
okay?
No.
I mean,
We're
it's not
surrounded
right.
by evil.
Yes, obviously.
That's, yeah.
I think we should definitely keep watch.
Okay.
And I don't mind keeping the first watch.
I'm tired.
All right. Well, do we
It
want
is
two
starting to
people
get a
on
little
watch?
late.
Or just one on watch?
Ambrose, do you have the need to sleep?
Yes, I do. Good question
Okay.
for warlocks, but yes.
Just making sure. Just making sure.
Rod's played with warlocks before.
I have.
All right. Well, I can watch
so-
after Al.
I can
All right.
take
So who's
third.
on first watch?
Not me.
I'll take the first watch.
Okay.
I'm just
so
going to
Al-
continually be casting the light spell. I'll probably cast it over by the horses and the cart. I'm just doing my rounds, praying to the Empress, making sure that no evil creatures come in and attack us in the middle of the night.
If anyone
Absolutely.
likes, I infused these mittens with cold resistance to cold damage. They should keep you warm at night. Would anyone like to wear these if anyone's fingers are cold?
Are they mittens? Are they?
They
like
are
actual
literal. They're
mittens?
literal sewn mittens that I infused with an artificer infusion of resistance of cold damage. Yes.
Sam, you always complain about circulation to your extremities? That might be a good.
Yeah, I do tend to have really cold hands for some reason.
We could take the fingers off and turn them into fingerless gloves. They'll be much cooler.
Yeah, that would be just in case anything,
Give me 3 minutes.
jumps out.
No,
I don't
for
have
sure,
to take
no problem.
mittens off. Mittens
All right.
don't have fingers.
Yeah.
I'll turn them into. Well, fingerless mittens isn't really a thing, but fingerless gloves. Give me another day, and I'll turn them into fingerless gloves for you.
All right, I'll just keep my hands in my pockets tonight.
Fingerless mitten is kind of like a scarf for your wrist.
It's just
right?
sort of a thing on the middle of your hand. I don't know what it is.
All right. Well, I'll take
Katie.
second watch.
Katie, get any inspiration, please. Yeah.
Who wants to go after
I love
me?
this party already.
All right. So first watch is please roll a perception check for me.
16.
The night seems cold. You obviously still feel the evil, even if the spell is gone.
Yeah, it
You
eventually
yourself
fades,
feel that.
yeah.
It fades. But you still, knowing that that's there, feel that. And you're successful in your light spells because nothing seems to invade during your
Yeah,
watch.
and those only last an hour each, so I'm just
Yeah.
continually casting it.
Wish I had a sleep mask. Ugh.
That's true.
You can make yourself one. Why are you telling us this?
I know it's just gonna take too long.
Use the mittens.
Oh gosh. Okay. All right.
All right. Who's on second watch?
Me.
All right.
Sal.
Give me a perception check, please.
Ooh, okay.
Katie, you have advantage from Chef Scott. 68.
68.
Yeah.
Wow,
You said
thank
86
you.
earlier. I think it's 68.
I did.
Oh.
It's 68. I apologize.
Thank you, Chef Scott. I will use it. Okay, great. Ooh, okay. 24.
24. With you gave Sal the vision as well, Al?
Yes.
How
But I
long
think
does it
that-
last?
I think that only lasts an hour. I'll double check.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it all just lasts an hour.
1 hour.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 hour. So it's gone. I mean, she still has regular dark
right.
vision.
She has regular dark vision, right? Sal, it's very quiet. Not a whole lot of sound coming from the desert around you, which seems odd for any natural environment. But nothing seems to draw your eye from the darkness, and your watch ends uneventfully. All right, who's the third watch?
I
Sam.
can take third. Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
stay up with you if you like. I just sorry, all the lights. I can be here if you like. But yes, you would. I'll be with you.
Sam, if you will roll me a perception check, and Michael, if you will join me in the secret room.
Okay.
What?
Bye.
What?
Do we have to do this now?
Yeah, because we can't. We're not
Headphones
supposed
off.
to listen.
Michael, as you're sleeping, you're awoken to a start. And when you wake, everyone else is asleep. The campfire has died down. smoke beginning to rise from the ashes within its pit. And there's a strange fog all around you. You have been woken up this way many times in the last couple of months, and you know exactly who's here to talk to you.
Well, I was wondering when you're gonna show up, but you're not the one giving Al problems, right?
Did you miss me?
You know I did.
I have not been giving Al problems. I do not concern myself with such filth. Twilight Goddess and Empress, you, my love, you're the one that I search for always. You are distant to me. It took much of my strength to find you now. Where are you?
Well, just so I ain't giving you more trouble then. Well, about an hour away from this little town. Forgot what it's called, starts with an R, but I'm sure you know about the area.
Do you mean you are in the Savagery?
That's correct.
That is why I cannot reach you. That is why I must use all of my energy. I felt something. Some evil near you. Not my evil. Not our evil.
Well,
Ambrose, I need something from you.
okay. Name it.
You get to Ricochet. And you meet Jedediah. Go into his mind. I have a suspicion. I won't share it with you now. I want the surprise to be sweet. But make sure you go into his mind. I want that crystal. Bring me a piece of it.
Yes, my dear, and hopefully this will keep you off me for a little bit if this makes you happy.
I make no promises, but you do please me. One day, Ambrose, you'll be free. One day, you'll have paid for your sins. But today, you are mine. And do not forget it.
It's never forgotten.
Now tell me you love me.
I love you.
Remember that.
And we come back to our regular scene. Samantha, if you will roll your perception check, please, or tell me what your perception roll was.
That will be an 8.
An 8? Okay. Yeah, you seem to be distracted from the outside world as Ambrose seems to be rolling in his sleep. He seems to be not sleeping very well. Maybe he's having a nightmare or of some kind. As you can tell from his mumblings and he can't seem to stay still. But that happens relatively enough within the last watch that it kind of distracts you from what's going on outside. But your watch passes uneventfully.
Oh, good.
And so it is the next morning. The sun begins to rise, and though it warms up fairly quickly, and you're all begin packing up for your day's journey to Ricochet. It is clear that that Ambrose maybe didn't sleep very well last night. You're all used to this. It happens on occasion. He seems to get fits of not good sleep. And this morning, you can tell again, he seems to be dragging a bit.
Ambrose, made you a second cup of coffee.
Thanks. Get one of those nights again.
I see you. And I don't need to tell me anymore, unless you want to. You okay?
Yeah, it's just the regular fits of night terrors that,
Yeah.
you know.
You have a way of making it sound so casual.
Oh, when-
Terrors and all.
You get them all the time. You start to get accustomed to them. So, but I like it for one day not to happen so much.
Well, maybe we can find a solution for it in Ricochet. You know, I heard there's new, doctors and stuff, so maybe they can check you out.
I'll make sure to look into that. But I'm thinking I'll at least find a little bit of peace in Ricochet after we get going on get going to find Jedediah. So,
You all mind if we go over that way just a little bit so I can see what I thought I saw last night?
Oh, like head over in the direction of where we saw the weird,
Yeah,
creepy
just
eyes?
head over. Yeah, for just a little ways, and then we can head on back towards the road.
Sure.
Ron, I'd like to just kind of meander off that direction and just see if there's any sort of like tracks or markings or anything over there that would stick out besides just rock and sagebrush.
Okay, make a survival check for me.
Cool. $26.
You don't see any markings or tracks or any kind of indication that there's anything physical in the space that you were on, but it strikes you as odd that you don't see just random animal tracks.
So
you
there's
even
just
notice
a lack of animal tracks in general.
in fact, you would suspect that at some point in the area, you would find what look like, deer tracks. Deer follow particular tracks as groups as they travel, or antelope in this case. But you don't even see any of those.
What about smaller, like even bugs or smaller snakes or lizards or anything? Do I see anything
insects insects seem that they're fine. Those do exist. You see the occasional roly-poly, a scorpion here and there. No small mammals, no birds of any kind, no tracks of. And it's strange to you. You've been on different planets before, but this one particularly is very filled with wildlife. So this strikes you as a very strange occurrence.
Right. Okay. I'll either head back to the group or if we're all going over there, then meander back to the path or the road that we were on. Okay. Don't you all find it strange that there aren't any larger animals or critters nowhere around here? It's just bugs, and that's about it.
Guess I hadn't really noticed.
I haven't really been looking.
Are you still getting that that evil feel now that it's daylight, or is it
That's true. I probably prayed to get my spells this morning, so I'll cast Detect Evil and Good again, just to see if I feel that way now that the sun is up.
As it washes over you, you don't get a sense of evil in all directions.
No, not like last night. I turned towards Ambrose. Did you have a vision, or was it just a bad fit?
Oh, it's my bad fits. I had no visions. I don't know what you. It's just my regular night terrors, like I said.
So nothing spoke to you? No.
Al,
What?
It's traumatic for him.
Well, I'm concerned that there might be something out there in the shadows.
Well,
the shadows there's less shadows now in the middle of the day, so can we get on moving to Ricochet? If things are bad out here at night, better that we're in civilization around other people.
Look, Sam's already packed up and ready to go. She's sitting on her horse.
Yeah,
Look.
I've been here for a while now.
yeah, look, Al, I'm sorry about the horse. I don't know if that's what it is, but, I'm sorry about the thing and lying to you about the horse, but my night tails were my night tails, and I think we should stop moving on.
Does every time the horse get mentioned, do I get hit with another pang of sadness? Right?
No. Nope.
Apparently, I'm making emotional progress. Okay, let's get moving.
I mean, it's very clear to you, Jefflin, that now it feels like the horse is just a normal. I mean, you're still sad about the
It was
death of the horse, as
unfortunate,
any
of
person would be.
course.
Right, it's
I mean, but
unfortunate, of course.
really, I mean,
it's normal sadness as opposed to like your best friend died.
right. Yeah, I mean, it sucked, but, these things happen. Anyway.
So as
No, I
Sorry,
have nothing.
Katie?
No, I didn't have anything. I was just saying, all right, getting on the road.
as you begin to mosey on, as you say, it is a pretty easy ride. The good thing about the desert is not the terrain. The good thing about the desert is that the terrain is mostly flat. The bad thing about the desert is that it's extremely hot. Luckily, you have prepared and you have the various clothing that you need in order to stay cool as you travel, thanks to the Zed Mining Company. And as you get
All these
closer,
clothes say Zed Mining Company all over them.
literally everything you have is stamped somewhere with the Zed Mining Company.
Branding's very important, just like I said.
Even the horses are branded with the Zed Mining Company logo.
I
I
feel like we're lucky that we just didn't have to get tattoos of it, and I think that might be next.
It's early. Yeah.
At some point, they were requesting people to get tattoos of the Zed Mining Company. Unfortunately, the unions got together and prevented that.
Well, that's a good reason to stay freelance then. Let's not get too contracted.
So as you make your way,
tattoos,
My
but
body's a temple, is what I'm saying.
we know.
as you make your way towards where Ricochet is, you see it is first Al who sees something a bit in the distance and the light. It looks like a large, from where you're at, you're about say 160 feet away. It looks like a large metal mechanism that is just standing in the middle of the desert. You look around and see nothing else other than this, and what you see is a small piston come out of the top of this machine and then slam quickly downward, causing, even from this distance, a rather loud thoom. And it does it about once every 60 seconds. Thoom.
It's just one of them.
It's just one of them. It looks like it's situated aside. There is actually a road. It's a path that you're following, clearly made for Ricochet by other individuals coming this direction. But it seems to be situated a little bit off of the path. It's clearly humanoid made of some form, but it seems to just be a large metallic structure. And out of the top of it, a piston comes out and slams the ground every 60 seconds or so.
Piston is just like a simple metal rod just getting slammed.
Metal rod inside of it, coming out the top and then slamming down onto the ground below it.
Jefflin, is that something we should be concerned about?
No, I don't think so. It's probably just a bit of a mining contraption or something. Maybe it's measuring something. Is there no one around? There's no like
Well,
manning.
Sam, weren't you a miner?
I mean, before I reached adulthood.
Well, does it strike any resemblance to anything you saw as a child?
No.
Yeah, I've never really seen anything like this either. I mean, but it's pretty simple what it's doing, I mean, it's just kind of hitting the rock real hard.
And as you ride closer and pass it, you can see that there's a little stamp on the side of it that you could read, but you'd have to get closer to read it from where you're at. But yeah, it doesn't seem to react to you at all. It literally is just every 60 seconds. Thoom, thoom. As you get closer, you can actually feel the ground shake a little bit.
I'll stop the cart. I'm curious. I'm just gonna look at this.
Jefflin hops down and moves towards the.
I'm gonna go with him. I'm not gonna let him go alone. Okay.
Sure. I mean, you guys. I figured you're all following the cart, so you're not that far behind. It's pretty easy.
I don't know if we would take the horses closer to a giant. Whatever this thing is.
Jevlin, it looks like there's a plate there. You saw the metal shining, but it's covered by, some dust and grime from the environment. So as you wipe it away, you see that it says property of Ricochet, courtesy of Granger Greesh.
Granger Greesh. Granger Greesh.
That's the
shopkeeper.
It was in the letter.
Yeah.
The stone.
Yes. All right. Well, apparently this is his thing, whatever it is. It's just
and as you're very close to it, Jefflin, it's hard for you to stand your ground. It's slamming the ground very violently. You can tell there's some sort of mechanism or contraption inside that is causing this.
Is it digging? Is it drilling?
Nope.
It's just a concussive smack on the ground.
Yep.
Hitting the ground real hard over and over again.
Devlin, get out of there. You got weak ankles. You're about to fall all over the place.
Thank you, my friend. I might be insulted, except coming from you. You're right. Thank you. I'll make my way back to the cart.
All right, you make your way back to the cart, hop up, and continue your journey. It's about another hour before you see another one of these things in the distance, just a bit off to the side of the road. Again, every 60 seconds, thoom.
Is the piston penetrating the ground, or is it just hitting the ground?
Just hitting the ground, as far as you can tell. It doesn't seem to be lowering any, which you would expect if the piston was actually doing any damage to or driving itself into the ground.
And does it look like around it is being affected by the blast?
Very much so. Very much so. In about a 60-foot radius, you can feel when the thing hits the ground while you're standing on it.
So,
Jefflin, go ahead and roll a knowledge. One of your tinker. Use your tinkering tools.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very good at those.
This might be the reason why there's no animals around, right?
My proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability checks I make with these.
And Morgan, you got a straight roll as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you. Okay, let's hang on. So 8 plus 12 is 12 as well.
12?
Yeah.
You're not quite sure how this thing works, but when Al says out loud, maybe that's why we don't have any animals, that right away clicks in your mind and makes you realize that he's right. He nailed it right on the top of the head.
Yeah, I think this would upset the wildlife of the local areas.
Feels like it.
Ambrose, your knowledge, and Sam, your knowledge of nature, automatically, yes, this would disrupt the local wildlife, very much so.
Weird. Maybe this is protective against something? I mean, because it's not doing anything, it's not mining anything, it's just causing vibrations. Maybe it's trying to ward something off, something that doesn't like rumbles.
Predators. If they have big predators in this area, maybe it would keep them at bay.
There are rumors of things like bullets.
Oh, the bullets, which are known to be underground diggers.
And sensitive to vibrations in the earth.
Huh.
There's also rumors of much larger things than bullets. Sandworms, things from epic giganticness to the smallest dangerous desert monster you can think of. All rumors seem to say that the Savagery contains these monsters.
This two-shot brought to you by Dune.
Well, Dune did the opposite, right?
Yeah.
True.
It attracts them.
Right. Okay. Well, Yeah, I mean, this Granger Greesh may be quite the ingenious person if using these to scare off any
Maybe
subterranean.
he's just like you.
Oh, maybe, I don't know. Thank you.
Well,
You all know that the Greesh name is a goblin name because you're all familiar with an event called the Greesh Incident, in which the mining company, when Composition Z was first invented, completely decimated an entire clan of goblins when they got their hands on some illicit versions of the material.
Terrible. All right. Well, let's keep moving.
Yeah.
As you continue towards Ricochet, every hour or so by horse ride, by normal speed, one of these Greesh pounders is on the road, and it's just as the sun is beginning to wane in the sky, not sunset yet, that you get within visual distance of Ricochet in the desert. It appears about an hour's ride away, but you can see there are 3 buildings from the distance. You can't really make them out from this distance, but you also do see some buildings that appear to be newly constructed.
I can tell
Or
based
in the
on the wind
process.
patterns and on the fact that we just passed one of those thumper things that we're about an hour away because they've been an hour apart each time.
Well done. Well done.
So I know I'm not from these lands originally, but I'm figuring it out.
That's pretty good. I didn't even notice that.
Oh my gosh.
And as
that
you're
means-
talking-
actually means a lot coming from you, Ambrose.
As you're talking, there is a clear echo of a gunshot coming from the direction of town, and another.
Oh.
Is that what I think it is? I mean, I don't.
I know that sound anywhere.
Do we see anyone like running around
You're
trying
too
to shoot
far.
each other? We're just
You're
too
too
far
far.
out. Okay.
Sam, do you know what direction that came from? Because to me, it just sounds like it's everywhere.
Was it coming from town?
Make a perception check.
15.
It does sound like it's coming from the direction of Ricochet.
That direction.
All right, well, should we just go straight in or do we need to be strategic?
I don't know.
Sam's taken the hunting rifle off of her back and is holding it at her side, and she's already started galloping towards town.
All right, so we're going straight in, I guess.
guess
Is
we're
where I'm
going
going with
past
Sam.
her.
All right.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Jevelin, if they ride full out, you can't keep up with your wagon.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'll bring up the rear.
So
Good
if
idea.
you're not staying with the wagon, let me. Who is not staying with the wagon and on their own horse? Everyone else is on their own horse, other than Jevelin. So, all right. So Sam and Ambrose are going to move.
I mean, I'm
ahead
with them.
towards- okay. So
Yeah.
Sal will as well. Al, are you going to go with
wouldn't-
him?
Yeah, I wouldn't let Sal go off on her own.
I'll be fine. Go.
So you guys kick your horses into high gear and begin to gallop very fast towards town. And as you do so, another couple of gunshots go off, clearly now that you're getting closer from the direction of Ricochet. And it's almost as these gunshots kind of spur you and your horses to move faster, trying to understand what's going on. And as you get closer to town, everybody make perception checks.
I'm also at this point gonna summon my glaive.
Okay.
So it's gonna apparate out of like mist and stuff, and I'm just gonna grab it as we're riding like mid gallop.
Yeah, so the rest of you, as Mickle, as Ambrose is riding on the horse, a glaive begins to manifest almost like a misty darkness in front of him until right before it finishes, he grabs it and it's in his hands as he continues on his horse.
We've
never
seen you
get
do
used
that
to
before,
that.
right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you see-
okay.
yeah.
Great.
But still, it's weird every time.
Yes,
I got
it's
a
weird.
nat 20 on my perception check.
Wow.
Wow.
So 27.
15.
Does anyone have advantages?
15. Yes, thank you. So advantages, Erica, you have an advantage from Kildorin.
Woo.
Thank you.
And
Good.
Ambrose, you have an advantage from emotional reserve.
Aw.
Thank you. I rolled a 5, so let's try again.
I'm doing Michael rolls, so a 9 and a 6. Just don't mind me.
Oh, wow.
Ambrose is too concentrating too much on the glaive and make sure he catches it before it manifests and is affected by gravity.
My second roll was a 12.
A 12. Sam, you can see that there's some stuff going on in town, but the speed at which you're galloping is kind of messing with your vision, and you can't really make out what's going on. Sal, what did you get?
15.
15. Sal, you can see that there appears to be someone standing on the edge of town, looking towards town. And it is actually Al who can see it very clearly. It's a man dressed in all black. He's got a duster on, a long cloak jacket, the Western style, long sleeved Western jacket style. It's currently closed, sort of like he's kept things tight from being shown what's underneath it. He's got a long, wide brim cowboy hat that is also black, and you cannot make out his face because it is covered by a black kerchief.
And his back is to us, yeah?
His back is, no, he is facing you, but as Al is riding towards the town, you see that about 100 yards opposite of him in the middle of town is standing someone with 2 6-shooters on his side, and you can see that his hands are out. And it's very clear to you, Al, that this is some sort of duel or showdown.
How far away from us are they?
They're about your horse moves about 60 feet or 60 rounds or 60 feet around. So you're about 5 to 10 rounds away. You can't really tell from this distance.
Is the man in all black also armed? Does he have guns as well?
You cannot tell. As far as that you can see, it's just his black duster. He doesn't seem to have guns that you can see.
Okay, I'll point it out to everybody that doesn't see it. There's 2 people getting in a gunfight right there, and I'll point at it.
I will,
go ahead.
Bringing up the rear in the cart, I will pull out a piece of wire out of one of my many pockets and cast message towards Ambrose and go, just a reminder, the entire area has been under attack by a group called the Ebon Few. Ebon as in black, that man's wearing all black. I just want to throw that out there, so be careful.
That's true.
I'm just going to be like, that might be one of those Ebon riders. We might need to be a little bit careful as we approach.
Yeah. Just be. I'm back here, but you look like you're gonna get there first. So just be careful.
I was telling the group, not you. You just delivered a message to me.
Right.
I'm telling them.
Sorry.
Wait, what's going on?
And
Ambrose,
just as you asked that question, Al, you see the man in black move with a speed that surprises you and shocks you. And in the time that it gets the other fighter to even pull one of his 6-shooters, the man in black has moved his duster aside so that you can see he has 2 very large revolvers, and he pulls one of them and fires 3 shots in a matter of 6 seconds. The man in the town stumbles backwards and falls in the dirt. The man in the duster, as you're riding towards town, seems to see that you're riding in town, throws his duster, says something that you can't hear from this distance. He says something into town, and suddenly a horse manifests out of almost like a puff of smoke in front of him. He climbs on top of it, turns, raises his horse high in the sky, and begins to ride in direct opposite of town. The horse moves with a speed that you've also never seen.
Is it possible
away from us?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it possible for me to shoot at him before he leaves
Absolutely.
with my short bow?
For sure. What is your range? What is your range on your weapon?
Well, it's 80 or 320. So
he is within 320, so you would get disadvantage on the roll.
Yeah. I'll just try it.
Okay.
Because Ambrose has just said to us, right? Like those
Ebon Few.
Yeah. Bad guys.
Katie, you have a straight roll as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, so I don't have to roll disadvantage?
No, but disadvantage because it's a distance,
yeah. Okay, well, it's going to be a 12.
And what weapon were you firing?
Short bow.
You see Sal pull her short bow and knock an arrow and aim high and let go, and the arrow is nowhere nearby when it lands in the dirt as the horse rider moves into the distance. And Al, it's very clear to you that within a couple of rounds, he's moving faster than you can keep up with.
We're going to have to let him go. We can't keep up with that.
Well, I'm following Sam's lead.
Sam, you do have a hunting rifle.
Yeah, I'm looking at Sam.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and shoot him as well.
Okay.
It will. So mine is it is 240 is the max. Is that?
When you first get there, you would be within range of that. Yes.
Yeah.
The next round after that, he will be out of range. But right now, you can roll with with normal. As far as I'm concerned, your straight roll.
Okay. This is bad.
Did you misfire on the first shot?
Maybe.
Oh no!
So Samantha raises her hunting rifle as the horse is traveling, and she pulls the trigger, and there's no bang. All you hear is a click, chink, and it sounds like maybe the firing pin is lodged between the primer of her bullet.
I think Sand got him a gun.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I just gotta clean it.
All right. Well, I guess it's fine. Anyway, we almost bit that guy. Hey, where is the wagon? Is he close?
Yeah, I'm coming. Hang on. You're faster than me.
Well,
Ron, I'm going to look around to see if there's more men or guys in all black.
Make a perception check.
Because I'm a little worried that we're going to run into a whole gang of these guys.
Make a perception check for me.
Dirty 20.
You had no advantages for me, Jared. So, dirty 20. When you start to look around, and there doesn't seem to appear to be any other riders, but you also notice that the people from the town seem to be piling out of the buildings that are there, surrounding the man that is laying in the street.
I see. So they're coming out to help out the guy that just got gunned down.
It looks like it, yeah.
All right. Then I'm actually, instead of chasing after this guy, I'm actually going to try to ride towards the guy that got shot down. And
Okay.
I'm going to turn to Sal and I'm going to say, I might be able to heal him.
Okay, you do whatever you want, brother. I'm not gonna stop you. May the light be with you. Or
I
whatever.
don't want you to ride off chasing after that man. He'll shoot you dead. I want you to come with me.
All right, I'll be right behind you.
Insight check.
Katie, if you were trying to deceive him, roll a deception check.
Sure, why not? I'm fine.
17.
17.
It's that brother-sister thing where you know, but also you have no idea. You know?
Just don't do
You
anything
have a
foolish.
suspicion, but you got no proof.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm not
Just
gonna
don't do
foolish.
anything foolish.
You don't do anything foolish either because you're going over to heal someone who someone else just wanted shot. So,
Well, that's the right thing to do.
I mean, I don't know. You don't know. Do you know?
You were just shooting at him.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I just make a guess.
Okay. All right, that's what I'm doing, Ron. I'm gonna go try to heal this guy.
Great. Okay. So Al continues to kick his horse towards town. And Al, as you do, you pass by one of those Greech pounders right on the edge of town, slamming into the ground, keeping wildlife away, as you have determined. And as you get into town, other individuals seem caught off guard by the fact that, and you kind of see some reach for things at their hips, but then they realize that you hop off the horse and get into the dirt with the man who's wounded.
Yeah, I don't even have a gun. I have a shovel and.
They make it pretty clear to them that you're not what they think you are very quickly. And you even see some of them like, what? You see people who react to you as you come into town, almost with an odd interest in you all of a sudden as they see your face.
I come in peace. I just want to heal that man. Or
and as you say that, the people that are surrounding the man, get up and they back away almost cautiously as you.
Yeah,
as you
I'm gonna
towards him.
rush right over to him. Is he already dead, or can I
Make
heal
a
him?
medicine check.
Okay. Nat 1.
So
He's real hurt.
Is he already?
You're
I'm gonna stick
searching
my.
for things.
I stick my finger into the bullet hole to see if he
no.
winces. 'cause
That's
that means he's
exactly
still
what I
alive.
was gonna say. Is like you roll up and you find a bullet hole and you stick your finger into it and you can hear some people go, "Oh God!" and you realize fairly quickly, even with your low medicine check, because it's almost impossible not to notice. The man has been shot 3 times. 1, his finger is missing. His shooting finger is gone.
Yeah. Wow.
2, his heart has been shot. And 3rd, middle of the forehead.
Oh yeah, that's a dead giveaway. Even if I fail my
Yikes.
medicine check.
Yep. Now keep in mind, remember that man who shot the mysterious cowboy who shot this man
Right.
shot 3 shots in 6 seconds.
Yeah. So he's
Oh,
real
dear.
good. All right. What are the rest of y'all doing?
I'm catching up.
As the rest of them
I'm
make their
finally
way to
getting
town,
into town.
as
Sam.
the rest of them, oh, yep, go ahead.
Sam,
Yeah.
what's your strategy in these types of situations?
When someone's getting away?
Well, yeah, and there's shootouts in the town. I mean, I feel like we gotta stay a bit neutral, right? Till we know what's going on.
Yeah, you don't want to take a side in a shootout. Not right away. Not till you see who the winner is.
I did shoot at that one guy, but I felt like it was just in the moment, you know.
Yeah, but also we heard, right? Jetty said
Yeah.
the guys in
Yeah.
black.
Yeah.
That was good instinct, I think.
Okay, well, thanks. I mean, I'm just following your lead because I feel like this is a gun city and you're a gun lady.
I sure am.
Deep thoughts.
This is a gun city and you're a gun lady.
I was expecting a gun gal. Like I was like, that was actually a pretty solid line.
Gun gal.
That sounds like
Better.
a bumper sticker. This is a gun
Yeah.
city and I'm a gun lady.
gal.
As the rest of you make it into the town of Ricochet, the rest of those inside are now drawn outside by whispers from the audience, from the crowd of a Gith joining the town, and in what is clearly the tavern with a large sign that says "The Grazed Gambler," a large, very large. Not actual large in D&D terms, but a bulking form exits the tavern, and the crowd kind of goes silent, and you can see that they all kind of defer to this person. Standing before you is a beautiful sight. Dragon born, brass, tall, with frills as if painted with metallic paint,
Ooh.
adorn his crown. Everything about him is as beautiful of a thing that you've ever witnessed, except for one thing. His right eye, cloudy, non-functioning, and a long scar coming from the center of that eye, way down the side of the right side of his face, seems to adorn him. This is Breachheart Blaze,
Uh-oh.
the tavern owner, the investor, and now mayor. And that's where we'll go into intermission.
Yay.
Okay.
Well done, everybody. You made it to Ricochet. You are now in town. Lots of mysterious things going on. Lots of things to learn. Come back after our intermission, and you'll learn more about it. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you in 15 minutes.
See you soon.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm your DM for this evening, Ron Ogden, and I'm joined by all these beautiful people, as you are well aware. Whoop, whoop. Welcome back, everyone. If you missed our first half, don't worry. This is up on YouTube later. You can watch it again. And if you're just joining us, thanks for joining us. All right, we had just arrived at the town called Ricochet when a man was gunned down in the middle of the street by another mysterious cowboy dressed in all black. As you rode into town and Al checked the dead man in the street, a beautiful brass dragonborn exited the tavern. And as he did so, almost everyone in town seems to defer to him. And as I described him before, beautiful brassy color, almost as if he's been painted with metallic paint. His eyes are green, except for the one that has been maimed and a large scar on his right eye.
Do we know anything about him other than what the letter said, that he's the main man?
He's the main man. He's by all accounts almost unheard of. There have been some rumors that maybe he's a bit rough around the edges, maybe plays with what's legal a little bit.
Hey y'all, can we just huddle up real quick?
Well, I mean, Al is over there poking the dead body, but yeah, sure, that's fine.
Al!
He's dead.
Good job.
I have investigated his condition, and I find him to be no more.
You really had
deceased.
You really had to put your finger in his. Yeah, exactly, Sam.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
I'm sure the Empress is proud.
Actually, question, Ron. Who is this guy? Like, what does he look like? Other than just being full of bullet
the man
holes?
on the dead man on the ground that you just sort of stuck your finger in his bullet holes. He seems grimy and dirty, very much your typical Rough Rider type.
He's not like a sheriff or a deputy or anything.
No, it doesn't seem to be wearing any metal on his chest. No, he's got two, revolvers at his sides that appear to be loaded, and he's got a little bit of a gun belt with some ammo on it. But that's about it. And as you're kind of examining him, Blaze says, "Bring him inside." And sure enough, almost pushing you out of the way, Al, a couple of the people from inside the tavern,
try to do last rites on him real quick before they carry him off. Just be like, may you not, blah 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 blah.
Sure, and so they,
travel.
They don't seem to have any reverence to that at all. They, as you're doing that, they're not paying attention to you at all, and kind of annoyed that you're even around. And one of them holds him up by the, under his arms, the other by the underneath his knees, and they take him around back towards the middle of the alley between what you can see is the general store. Greece's general store and the tavern, and they disappear around.
I'll just walk back to the group.
Sal, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was trying to do a circle up.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. But I mean, let's make it fast because I think people are looking at us.
I know, but listen. Okay, well, do a casual circle up.
Right, casual circle up.
Everyone just look like we're not circling.
Nope.
Like a line, a line, but you can hear me. Okay, listen.
Right. All of you are looking around, and everyone seems to be staring at you while you're circling.
Okay,
up
we're just gonna make this quick.
Let's just make it fast.
Tend to your horse. Okay, so here's the deal. That is Blaze. Okay, and I've been told that we need to act with caution around him. All right, if you didn't gather that, he seems to not take kindly to cheating or any kind of stuff within his tavern of the magic sort. So just
what are we gonna do? We just watched a man get
I
shot
don't know.
cold-blooded in the middle of the
you
town.
guys hear, all right, everybody, go back to what you were doing. Let's get the drinks slanging, shall we, Slythe? Everybody, a drink on me. Good old Blaze taking care of all of y'all. Welcome, newcomers. I see you huddling over there. How y'all doing?
Hello.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Mr. Blaze, sir.
You must be Jedediah's group. Am I right?
Indeed, we are.
Yeah, that's right.
It doesn't say it on our clothes, obviously.
Oh, the mining company. Well, come on inside and make yourself comfortable. Just keep in mind, I don't mind cheating in this establishment, and if you do it, I'm gonna kill you. Is that clear?
Yeah, no
But
cheating.
you don't mind it, but yeah, totally clear. Totally clear.
All right.
Yep.
And he walks back inside. As he walks back inside, there's one or two who look at you and go, and they walk inside as well. There does, as he walks back inside, a young man, maybe barely over the age of 17, comes up to you with the wagon and goes, "Excuse me, sir. Would you like to park your wagon in my establishment?"
Yeah, don't be nervous. It's fine. Yeah, that sounds fine. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just saw a man got shot.
Yeah, hey, is there law around? Was there no one to stop it?
Oh, there's only Blaze and Jedediah. They're the law, but Blaze seems to be the one who makes sure everybody gets established. But
sure.
I mean, I don't know anything about that here or there. But
No, that's fine. Hey, do you know where Jedediah is?
Sal's just gonna lean over to Ambrose and be like, "It's like watching two people on the first day of school, both clamming up, talking to each other."
I was just about to say the same thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. It makes sense. You must be the people from the mining company, from the Zed Mining Company. Are you the Z Riders?
Well, I don't know if we've been officially given that title, but Jedediah is a friend of ours, and yeah, certainly I guess we wear his clothes.
Oh, well, Jedediah told me that I should welcome you and give you space in the stable for your horses and your wagon.
That's very kind of you.
And then he told me that you should just relax at the inn.
Okay.
Where is
It's
he?
very clear to you.
Insight check.
Yeah, it's very clear that he is very nervous.
Yes. But
Make an insight
nervous
check.
about what?
Yes, make an insight check for me. Morgan, you have a straight roll as far as I'm concerned.
Not good.
I'm
Sam's
standing there.
gonna-
Can I
have
roll
advantage from Jim Witted. Thank you, Jim Witted.
I'm gonna meander over to the nervous guy and I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
"So, do shootouts not happen often here? Because you seem a little rattled."
Oh, yeah. I mean, you never get used to them, and every time I see someone die, I think of my parents, and it just gets me a little rattled. I'm sorry, I've gone through a lot of things, but Jefflin, as far as you can tell, he just seems like he's nervous because that's who he is.
I rolled a 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear that he's just.
He seems totally
he's nervous
trustworthy.
He seems to be nervous about everything.
There's free parking with this guy, everybody. You want to bring your horses over?
Well, I want to be clear. It isn't free.
Oh.
Jedediah has already prepaid, but it is my
it's fair.
responsibility to take care of your horses. I promise to do a very good job.
That man is not touching my horse. I'll tell you, I don't want that nervousness to creep up on my horse. And I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm only nervous around people. Horses, they understand me way better than most people do. I promise you, I'll take real good care of them.
Okay. Well, I mean, he's a friend of Jedediah's. Okay. I mean, we'll be okay for now. What's your name, kid?
Johnny.
Johnny. Okay. Well, that's a good name. Let's check in with you later. How about that? Maybe we can.
Okay, well, you can find me at the stables. I assume oats and a nice apple would be great for your horses. Am I right?
Oh, sure. Yeah. That sounds like a good breakfast for anybody, really.
Yeah. That also rings a little strange to you, Jefflin. Apples probably not very common on these parts. And he takes your wagon and. You can just tie him to the hitching post there in front of the tavern, and I'll make sure to bring him over to the
Let's
stable.
just leave him in front of the tavern for now. Just leave him, Johnny.
Okay.
I think Ambrose. I mean, he's he's slow to trust people.
Your horse seems very tired. That one seems to be sweating real bad. And he points to Al's horse, who clearly was pushed hard for a little while.
Yeah, I trust him. I'll hand my horse over to him.
Did you say his name is Mr. Ambrose? Mr. Ambrose, I could totally take care of your horse in front of the tavern if that's okay with you.
You got it. Just do what you're gonna do.
Thank you. And he kind of gets into the wagon and hitches off. And as he's driving away, you can see him kind of paying attention to where he's going, but he keeps looking back at all of you and making sure that the horses are okay.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm gonna lean over to Sal. I do not trust that little boy with my horse, and if he gives my horse the nose, I'm gonna slap him.
I mean that's fair. Honestly, if he does anything to your horse, I think you should rename him.
That's true. I will think of a name. That's a good one.
Yeah.
As you're all standing in the street, you start hearing what sounds like the tinkling of a piano from inside the tavern.
Is there anybody else outside, or they all just go back inside the tavern?
No, it looks like most people went back inside. You see a couple people, walking here and there, but the town is pretty slim. There doesn't seem to be outside of the stable, the tavern, and the general store. The other two buildings, one looks like a church maybe, or some sort of temple, are in the process of being built, and there are currently people, hammering and doing that work. A variety of townsfolk doing that work.
Jedediah didn't give us a specific place to look for him, did he? No, I mean, no. Just
other than he did mention the grazing gambler.
He did. All right, well.
So I guess we're just gonna go inside and talk to Mr. Blaze.
Unless we find Jedediah in there. I mean, I don't know. That was everybody for people that have been marauded by those ebb and few types. Everybody seemed, I don't know.
Well, didn't you think it was strange when Blaze just said throw him in the back, and then they just did it without question?
I'm telling y'all, Blaze is one to handle with caution.
For sure. Very powerful.
He holds
man.
A lot of power, and people are scared of him.
Noted.
I'm scared of him.
Yeah. Well,
do you think maybe he has connections with the ebb and few?
I think he has connections with a lot of people.
All right. Well, okay. Let's just eyes wide open and walk on in there.
All right. As you enter the saloon via the swinging doors, creaking as you enter the saloon. The saloon is quite large, surprisingly enough. You notice as you walk in, it's not just a saloon, it's also an inn. There are a couple of rooms. The building seems big enough to house a couple of people. And there are a smattering of tables on wooden. Everything seems to be constructed of wood. Where this wood come from? There's a lot of wood. Lots of tables, more tables than there are people in the town, clearly. You can assume that maybe they're building a bigger tavern for a larger venture, and they assume that the town will grow and they'll need a place to go. But every bit of the tavern seems to be used at some point. There's a pool table where a game of pool is being played by two cowboys. And as you enter the tavern, it's lively. It's just lively a little bit further in the back where the bar is. And you can see on the left-hand side, there is a tabaxi, a Blackford tabaxi, who's just tinkling on the piano, and you can tell that he's not just a piano player, he's a bit of an entertainer as well. As he flourishes as he does his piano. He plays a very difficult part with one hand as he's drinking a beer, and you can tell that the town doesn't have a whole lot to be entertained by, and so this is a big hit. What you also notice is that Blaze is sitting at a table with two cowboys, one female elf and one male dwarf. He's got his feet hopped up on the table. He's got a toothpick in his hand, and you can see there are about 3 or 4 shots, 2 of which are empty in front of him. And you can see he's just kind of smiling and enjoying himself. Make perception checks, everybody.
Sure.
Okay.
Does anyone have advantage?
Oh, thank you. Jared, you have advantage from the Carson.
Sweet.
And
Thanks, Carson.
Michael, you have advantage from emotional reserve.
All right, I will use that.
13.
8. Higher than 13, anyone?
I got my 10 because that's me.
Classic Michael.
Uh-huh.
No,
I got a 7.
Jared, you notice that there's actually a second story to this tavern with a railing that kind of opens into the center like a traditional old Western style tavern. And that area up there is clearly where all the hotel rooms are.
This
the
is
stairs
real
are on,
nice. I just kind of tap whoever is standing next to me on the shoulder, and I look up. This is real nice for being out in the middle of nowhere.
And the person looks at you and goes, "Oh yeah, it's clearly a lady who finely dressed, and she seems to be sitting around watching the cat man play the piano, and she says, "Oh yeah, and he's got some of the best entertainment that you can find anywhere, let alone here in the Savagery. That there is old Shiny Teeth. You know why they call him Shiny Teeth?"
Because his teeth are shiny?
No, they're the opposite of shiny. He doesn't have any. It's strange, but you're right. This is a really nice establishment for being so out in the middle of nowhere.
Have you been here for long?
Only a couple of weeks now. I work on some clothing. I do some sewing and providing the nice work for the miners and for the builders here.
Is it normal to have shootouts like that in the middle of town?
Oh, they've been happening quite a while, yeah. I don't know, normal is what I would call it, but there seems to be some bandit gang who keeps killing people, but they seem all to be... This person seems to be only killing people with guns, so the rest of us, though we are afraid, we don't feel like we really got anything to worry about.
We all do a slow takedown to the guns in our hips.
Except for me.
My glaive has been gone. Like I despawned it, yeah.
Despawned.
Despawned.
As they say in the Old West.
Yeah, I despawned it.
I don't know much, but you might talk to Blaze. Word around town is he's been waiting for y'all.
No sign of Jedediah, yeah?
Yeah, as you look around the room, it's pretty crowded in here. There seems to be a good number of people, but you don't see a telltale, older dwarf amongst the crowd.
Sam, do you want to get a drink, or should we just sidle on up to the mayor? What do you think?
Well, it is pretty customary to get a drink after a shootout, so I think it would be,
You would know.
rude if we didn't.
Sure. That's fine.
Also, better to approach him with a drink. Maybe we look more like we fit in.
Sure.
Yeah, blend in a little bit.
Sure.
Loosen up,
Al is taking notes of the customs of these people. So, like, when somebody says it's customary to take a drink after a shootout, he's putting that in, like, a little notebook.
Excuse me, barkeep, do you have mimosas?
As you mosey on up to the bar,
something sweet.
You're not sure how you missed it before, but there's a giant dragon skull. On the back of the bar. You're not quite sure how you missed it previously.
Wow.
But you did. It seems to be covered a little bit by an awning, and so that's where you see, I didn't see it because it was hidden by this awning. But it is clearly a dragon skull with curly horns, kind of hung on the back wall of the bar.
Like a real dragon skull, not a sculpture? Like a legit dragon skull.
I mean, as far as you can tell from where you're standing,
that looks
it looks
legit
like
to
that.
me, man.
The bartender seems to be cleaning out a glass, and he looks at you and he says, "Do you say mimosa?"
Yeah, it's just like orange juice and some sparkling wine or champagne if you have it. It's really tasty. I had some in Turles.
I got beer. You want beer?
Yeah, beer's fine. Beer's fine.
I got dark beer or light beer. Which one?
Light beer, please. Light
All right,
beer.
one
Yes,
light
it's
beer
early.
coming up.
Thank you.
Should I put this on the tab? And he slides you a beer. All right, one's on the tab. Okay.
That sounds like possible.
Elbow him.
Okay, yeah, tab.
All right, one on the tab. Well done. Anybody, ma'am, would you like something? I got beer. I got light beer and dark beer. Which one?
Dark beer.
Dark beer it is. There you go. Also on the tab.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. And then anyone else who asks for beer, he will also slide those.
If it's the custom, after somebody does a shootout, you're supposed to have a drink. I guess we're all getting beer.
And throws a final beer. And as that final beer and you all stroll up to the bar, you hear from the side, "You know whose tab you charging?"
No, but I am happy to pay if that person.
No. You put it on Mr. Blaze said that he was putting it on his tab. Actually,
thank you. Yes.
I don't want this bit. Do you have a whiskey, scotch, or bourbon or something like that?
We got plenty of that. Which would you prefer? I could give you one of each if you'd like, sir.
Just the first one you grab is great.
All right, here's the whiskey for you. And he pours you a shot of whiskey and puts the whiskey bottle back on and slides it to you.
I grab it and put it in my very tacky Zed Mining Company witty flask, and I just pour it in there.
They got branded flasks. Oh
it's
man,
it's terrible.
Zed Mining Company just thinks of everything.
Yeah, one knock and the Z comes off. It's so close.
Oh man, what kind of made in Olsvach crap is this?
Hey now. Can I ask you a question?
Who are you talking to, Jared?
The bartender.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that
what
a
can
real
I do for
skull?
you?
Is that real?
Oh, that is a real dragon skull, as far as I know. I believe it's a black dragon. Is that right, Blaze? Blaze says, "Darn right."
Wow.
How? Why? And how?
Well, if you'd like to know the story, you're welcome to sit down to a game of cards with old Blaze, if you wish.
Ambrose, I don't think that sounds like a good idea.
Yep, that sounds good. I'll do that.
Okay.
I think we absolutely should.
Oh,
I think that's a great idea.
Okay, well,
I'm in. I got a light beer and I got dark beer.
Oh, I thought Jedediah was going to send me some stiff shirts, but you got some real lively ones.
Well, I don't know about my shirt, but
we're definitely loose blouses or something.
I like you. All right, come on, have a seat.
I'm gonna just stay here by the bar. I'll let my friends who are more skilled in the card playing arts than myself. I'll stay back here. Thank you.
All right. The dragon Blaze looks at the card dealer next to him and nods, and he begins to deal out cards to each of you.
While this is happening and people are looking at cards, I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts inconspicuously.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear, sweet brother.
You begin to move your hand, and almost immediately...
It's psionic.
Oh, it's a psionic spell?
It's a Get-Zerai thing.
Is it a magic? Is it a magic ability, or is it considered a non-magical ability?
That's a great question. I mean, it's the equivalent. It's the equivalent of a spell. So it just says Get-Zerai psionics. I mean, yeah, sure. It's divination. It's a spell. Sure.
So as you begin to concentrate and grab that aspect of yourself, the Zerai gift that you have been given from birth, you feel yourself not be able to reach that section of your power, and almost immediately you see Blaze slam his hands on the table and he says, "Someone's casting magic, and I want to know who it is."
I'll raise my hand.
Oh, God.
All right.
Sweet.
Well,
he seems caught off guard that you almost immediately identified yourself, and he says, "Oh, there ain't no magic in this place. Maybe you didn't know that."
I didn't know that, but now I do.
No magic.
No magic.
No magic. Not in this gambling establishment.
Makes sense.
Are we clear?
Yeah.
All right. Then have a seat and let's play this game, shall we?
Sure.
All right. Everybody, I'm going to roll 3d6s and we will all share that. And the rest of you will roll 2d6s, those who are playing.
All right, I love a good game of cards.
I'm not playing.
If we have
Each
a
person-
if we're
Go ahead.
proficient, if we're proficient in playing cards, do we get anything?
Yes, you can re-roll ones once.
Right, excellent.
The way this will work is you will all have 2 dice, 2 numbers, obvious of your own. I will have 3. I'll read what the 3 are. Whoever can make the highest number from the cards wins.
It's like Texas Hold'em, but with dice.
Exactly. It's exactly what he deals out is a game of Texas Hold'em.
So you just want to have the highest numbers.
Yeah, basically you want to have the highest, just like you want the highest cards in Texas Hold'em. Yep.
Ricochet Hold'em, as we call it.
And the highest
here.
is a
Savagery.
6. In
The highest is a 6.
in
yes.
a Ricochet Hold'em. All right.
So-
Is there other tables of cards being played at the same time?
No, it is just you.
And there's no other people with cards around. It's just one card.
Nope, just these cards, just this table with cards. But you do see some of the others are sitting around drinking. They're having meals. They are eating. They're not just watching around creepily. they're going about their day, and people come and go naturally. But
There's
this
no
just
other
seems
deck
to
of
be-
cards that Sal sees that she could maybe.
Make a perception check.
All
Does she not know what cards are?
right. 12.
You see the cards on the table, and you're pretty sure that the card dealer probably has another deck somewhere on his person.
All right. I'm gonna walk around behind him
Okay.
on the way to my seat. I'll go get another beer real quick. Got to have full beers if we're gonna play cards. And then
Okay.
if I can see if he has is he in like a little dealer jacket or?
He's sitting in a dealer jacket, but he's got a little pocket on the opposite side of Blaze where he seems to keep the gold and the tokens and all that stuff.
If I can do a little swipe of that pocket on my way to the bar to see if there's another deck of cards in there.
Sure.
That's what I
Make a
want.
sleight of hand check.
I have
you
advantage.
You have advantage from Chef Scott 68.
Oh my goodness! Thank goodness. Chef Scott, you're saving my butt. Okay, not bad. 18.
I have advantage from Changebox. Thank you, Changebox. What you got, Katie?
18.
That beats my 15. Woo! And you're able to slip a pack of cards out of that pouch.
Right. I'm just gonna slip back cards and put a 6 in my
Perfect.
wrist.
So at any point you can turn 1 dice into a 6.
Wow. Fancy.
All right, let's play. Ambrose, Sam, y'all got beers?
So who's playing?
Al?
I'm playing.
I think everybody but me.
Everybody but Jeff. Okay. Your shared numbers are 6, 5, and 5.
Whoa!
Yeah, I rolled those.
So with our 2 numbers, are we just using one of our 2 numbers?
You can use one or both to make a total of 5 numbers together for the highest amount.
So you do have to use both. Okay. Yes, 5 numbers.
You
So it's
can
3.
use both. You don't have to.
Okay.
But obviously, if you don't use both, you'll have a lower number than yeah. So
Yeah.
so
It's
of your
5 total dice.
yes, I'm going to roll 2 more, just like Texas Hold'em.
Oh, okay. Got it. So there will be 5 shared.
Yeah,
cards.
we're going to do rounds of just like betting like you would in Texas Hold'em. We're basically going to play a D6 version of Texas Hold'em for a little bit
Great.
while we have a conversation.
All right. So there's 6, 5, and 5.
Yeah. So the first, I should have had you actually look at your own cards first and then bet, but I was too excited about this game and skipped that. So we'll just say
round.
that first round was ante.
Dealer is drunk. It's fine.
Dealer's a little drunk. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Whatever.
We're
So-
loose blouses in here. It's fine.
All right. So 6, 5, and 5. Blaze kind of looks at all of you and makes an insight check. I have advantage from Changebox. Thank you, Changebox. Looks at all of you and says, I'll bet 5 gold. And he slides 5 gold into the middle of the table.
Can I make an insight check on him?
Absolutely.
Nat 20. So that's
Whoa.
a 27.
All right.
Yeah, I'm rolling a lot better than I normally do.
He seems to be hiding it well, but he does not have that great of cards.
I'll bet 10.
Okay. Well, all right.
We'll go around in order. Sam, you're next.
Oh,
The
sorry.
bet
I
is
didn't
10.
know that we had to take turns. I've never played cards before.
It's fine.
I'll go ahead and raise you to 11.
Like this group, says Blaze. Let me tell you the story about the dragon head. What about you, Michael? Do you bet or you fold?
I'm gonna call Shantytowns and match.
Okay, match 11 gold. Let me write this down so I know how much is in the pot. Currently, we're at 11 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Sal, what about you?
All right. Well, it wouldn't be a party if I didn't participate, would it be now? I'll just match y'all as well and just stay at 11.
All right, 11 gold. Blaze throws in 6 gold and says, I won that. I won it in a duel. Long time ago. Let me tell you the story. I was in, I believe it was Olsvach, a while ago. Met a man. He challenged me. I knew him somewhat, and I knew his challenge was probably not a good one. He couldn't shoot, if you know what I mean. So I told him if he could follow me for 3 days while I was trying to avoid him, then I'd face him like we do here in the Savagery. Well, that man, despite my misgivings, and it is your turn, Al. You have put in 10 gold. You need 1 gold to stay in.
Yeah, I'll pitch in the gold coin.
Okay.
But I'm less concerned about the betting as I am trying to figure him out.
Okay.
I will say that this entire time, Jefflin is sitting at the bar and turning mittens into fingerless gloves.
So
just listening
we'll
intently, but also just
the next D6 that comes out after the betting is a 4. We now have a 6, 5, 5, and a 4.
wow.
He indicates that he will call and says, well, much to my chagrin, that man found me. Now, that ain't no easy feat, because I'm known for being able to hide myself in the wilderness when I'm not wanting to be found. And sure enough, that man, he found me. So I told him the next day I'd meet him in the center of the road, just outside of town. And he showed up. The next card comes out. Bets, I assume, does anybody raise it?
Go ahead. Now, you were next in line with the betting, so go ahead.
I will just raise it by 1 more gold.
Okay. Everybody see that?
Yep.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. So does Blaze. So now everybody's up to 12 Gs. Okay. The next D6 that comes out is a 3. So now we have a 6, 5, 5, 4, and a 3. Everybody make perception checks.
Okay. Should I?
No.
No, you're knitting the party peepaw. You're good.
That's right.
Man.
That's correct.
Katie, you have advantage from Chef Scott 68.
Thank you, Chef Scott.
Erica, you have advantage. You have advantage from Just Jules.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Jules.
And Ambrose, you also have an advantage from Just Jules.
Oh no.
It don't help. That's what.
Oh no.
Thanks, viewers.
I only got a 9. I'm not rolling well either.
Well, my first roll was a 6, and then with advantage, that was became a 7.
Wow.
Okay. So the highest roll currently was what?
15 for perception.
15. That was you, Al?
Yeah.
Al, you notice that Blaze seems to be sweating a bit, which is strange. I say sweating; it's more of a metaphor. Dragonborn don't actually sweat, from my understanding. But,
do they? I don't know.
I don't know. I thought they didn't have pores. I thought they had like scaly skin like lizards. He seems to be nervous about the game currently. It's very clear to you that it's the game. And you see him kind of twirling on the side. He seems to take out one of his revolvers and he seems to be twirling it kind of nervously and anxiously.
Yikes.
So you know what I did? And he pulls the gun and points it at you and says, I shot him. And he twirls it and puts it back. And he seems to look at you and pause and wait for a response.
Did he have the dragon skull on him at the time? It's quite large.
No. We made an agreement that whoever died got all of the ownings of the person that they killed.
Huh.
And in that vault was that there dragon skull and a lot of money that you see has built this town.
Why here?
Well,
if you were all the way in Olsvach, I mean, that's all the way on the other side of Ein. I mean, why come all the way out here? It's nice, don't get me wrong, but I mean...
Has Jedediah not told you?
Over my shoulder at Jefflin, and I'm just going to be like...
Never mind. Just knitting.
He seems to respond to you, Jefflin, and says, has Jedediah not told you?
What?
Some.
He found something. Something big. Something that's going to make us all rich. And you hear the rest of the crowd go,
That's unsettling. Okay.
Is this the mine?
It is the mine. And my understanding is y'all are all here to save us from that rider out there.
Is there only one of them?
Just the one?
I have only ever seen the one, and I've been here since the beginning.
But they're called the Ebon Few, right? Not the Ebon Single.
I didn't make the name.
I know. I'm just curious. No. I'm not criticizing.
I think he's asking if the piano player is single, because,
Yeah.
He's very enchanting. He's very good at what he does.
He is. We are so lucky to have him here in town.
I'm sorry, but Ebon Few implies that there's at least more than one.
Well, there are reports from some of ours, and he kind of looks over at one of the people in the back who seems to be making themselves very scarce all of a sudden. Some of us seem to claim that there's more than one without there being any evidence of the contrary.
Good to know.
All right, show me what you got. Highest numbers that I can make. You get 5 total dice, so you can choose 1 or 2 of your own, and then 4 or 3 of the others. 6, 5, 5, 4, and 3 were the collective dice.
Well.
Yeah. So the last to bet was Blaze. So he throws his cards and he shows you that he's got 23. He had a 4 and a 3 to make 23.
Oh, we have to do math now.
Yeah.
Well, just tell me what your numbers are, and I'll tell you whether you
Yeah,
win.
I got 6, 6, 5, 5, and 4.
Whoa!
So
Yeah, just tell me what your 2 that you rolled.
26.
I got a 6 and a 1, but I don't want to use
6
the
and
1. I just want to use the 6.
Got it.
6.
Yeah.
Yep, 26 for Jared.
same as Jared. I have a 6 and a 2 essentially, so I'm gonna drop the 2.
6.
Right, 26. Anyone else? Sal, what'd you get?
Also got a 26.
Oh, wow. 26. And
You
Sam?
rolled well.
I got a 6 and a 4.
Woo! Are you using both of them?
Yeah, but I think wouldn't that just be like a 4 either way?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter which one.
Also
you
a 26.
So you
They
got-
all got 26.
They all got 26.
Everybody beat the guy.
It's about to be a
Everybody
shootout.
but Blaze, and he looks at the cards and goes, well, You're clearly skilled at what you do. Throw them each a card. Each of you roll 1d6, highest wins. If there's a tie, then the pot is split.
We got another 6.
Same.
Yeah, same.
What?
I'll sleight of hand mine.
Sal slides a hand of 6. Yeah, the look on Blaze's face is one of confusion, and he starts to look at all of you. Everybody, if you sleight of handed a card this round, make a deception check.
You mean sleight of hand check?
No, deception. He's insight.
Oh.
He's doing it insight.
Oh, I see. Okay.
On Sal.
I had advantage. Katie, you have no advantage as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
Change box gave me an advantage. What was your roll?
24.
My roll was only a 20. Woo! He looks by you. He stops for a second. Seems to
I'll wink at him.
Figure it out that you. Well done. You all split basically the 12 gold that he put in.
His money.
His money split 4 ways. So congratulations.
I think I like it here.
He gets up and he says, "I don't want to play this game no more."
I'm going to slide the 3 gold back over to him. This is for the drinks. I do have one question for you.
Absolutely. You're going to be part of this town. I might as well welcome you with wide open arms. And he takes the 3 gold and he says, "I appreciate a man of honor." And he puts the gold in his pocket.
With all due respect, why haven't you put down the ebb and few?
I've tried. As you can see, the workmanship of said Eben Rider is one that is quite skilled. And every man I send his way, and woman for that matter, seems to end up dead.
Do you know where they hang out, where they come from? He took off out of town awfully fast, but do you know?
He did. And he runs way faster than I've ever seen a horse run before.
We could track him.
I've tried. I've had my men try. Maybe you're better than they are. His hooves tend to the hoof prints tend to disappear about 400 yards out.
Whoa.
Every time.
All right.
That sounds like a job for Ambrose.
Well, I must be honest. I'm worried he may have hurt Jedediah.
What?
I haven't seen Jedediah in a day and a half.
Oh no.
Where was he last?
At his place outside of town, about an hour outside.
Have you checked his place?
We have. It's empty.
All right.
And it appears that the mine underneath his house has collapsed.
Interesting.
Has anyone been able to get inside of that mine?
I don't know how to use any of this equipment. That's what we were waiting for you for.
Right.
So, it seems we're in a bit of a pickle. I need you to do some work, because if we don't get what's out of that mine, we don't make any money.
Well, what's the
And
pickle?
there's somebody, the pickle is someone's trying to kill people and is
Oh,
successful at it.
that is a pickle.
My understanding with Jedediah is that he brought you here so that you would do this work. Is that correct?
That sounds right. I think so. I mean, he was sort of unspecific, but yeah.
All right. Well, you're welcome to sit around and drink if you'd like, but I've got business to attend to if you don't mind. If you need a guide back to Jedediah's place, Johnny can show you the way.
Right. Right. John.
What time
Thank
of
you
day
for
is it?
joining. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Sorry, Tehran. What time of day
Oh,
is it?
yeah. It's about midday, sorry, not midday. The sun was setting as you entered. The sun is now starting to set. It's starting to get night. Twilight is just about.
So going to that
arrive.
mine tonight would be ambitious.
I don't know about ambitious. It's up to you.
Getting there in an hour.
As far as you know, within an hour is well within the Grecia's pounders. So as far as you know, that wouldn't necessarily be dangerous in terms of wildlife.
All right. But one other thing, Mr. Blaze. we noticed a general overall feeling of what's the word, evil last night. Is that normal around here, or what's the deal with that?
I'm not quite sure I understand what you're saying to me, boy.
When it got dark, things felt really bad. Like more than just normal dark bad.
I think that might just be you with a case of the vapors.
Wouldn't be my first, to be honest. I
could tell.
Okay, well, okay. Thank you.
Ron, does it
you
seem
need me if you... Yeah, go ahead.
Does he seem like he's hiding something, like more information?
Roll insight check.
I feel like there's something he's not quite telling us. 13?
I mean, I think that's just natural suspicion. You don't necessarily feel or know or have any inkling of what he said or indication that there is something he's hiding.
Yeah.
I'll look around. Seem that way.
Okay, I'll look around. Are the folks in the tavern with us, the bar, are they listening in on us? Are they intentionally pretending like they're not listening in? Okay.
Roll a perception check. As you look around, you start to notice the individuals around you. Jared, you don't have advantage or disadvantage, so straight roll for me.
19.
Yeah, you see that there might be one or two individuals who are clearly trying to keep themselves hidden from your view, who are maybe listening to the conversation that are going down, but trying to make it look like they're not. They do seem to be, there are a couple of shady-like characters in the tavern who seem to be nosy.
I'm just going to take note of what they look like.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll walk up to Sam and hand her the fingerless gloves. Here, these to turn these from mittens into fingerless gloves for you.
Oh, thank you. And I'll
Blaze
put 'em on
no problem.
turns to leave and he starts climbing the stairs, and when he gets to the top of it, he yells down and he says, "Slip! Make sure Jedediah's people drink for free."
Very nice. Thank you.
And he goes into what appears to be some door up on the top floor.
Speaking of Jedediah, I'm worried about him. I think maybe we should have Johnny show us to his place.
Yeah, we should go out there real quick.
Yeah.
All right, barkeep, we'll take a round for the road.
Okay.
Horse beers! That's a thing we definitely do. That's a thing we definitely do. Here's your horse beer, one for you. You know what? Take two. I'm going to give you a light beer and a dark beer. Just
my order. I'm like a regular already. It's great. Yeah.
Absolutely. Here you go.
I'm fine. No, thank you.
I'll take his. I'll put it in my canteen.
Horse beers.
All right. Well, so we're going to go out to the mine tonight.
Well, let's
we're all
go
thinking?
Johnny knows the way, apparently. So
yeah. We should go to Jedediah's for sure.
That's what I'm saying, the mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The mine is at his place.
That's where we're thinking he is.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's what Sam is guessing, right?
Where he was last seen, yeah, right.
Yeah, that was my guess. Yeah.
All right.
So you guys make your way out of the tavern, and as you come out onto the street, there aren't a whole lot of people in the street because it started to get dark, but there seem to be what look like kerosene lamps, or what we would call kerosene lamps. There are clearly no oil in these lamps and are magical lamps made to look like they are kerosene lamps. Nice. But as you cross the road, Ambrose, you notice that your horse has been taken care of. The saddle's cleaned. The horse looks cleaned. It seems to be chewing on what look like very high-priced oats as it stands right there in front of the tavern. And as far as part of your inspection, this might be the best horse car wash that you've ever had. Horse wash, excuse me, that you've ever had. Yeah. And as you guys cross this street, Johnny seems to be sort of leaned up against a pole, and it appears that he's napping a bit. But the horses seem to be taken care of, and your wagon is clearly in his stable and safe.
Great.
Wow.
Johnny. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Hey, hello.
Hi.
Great job.
Are you leaving?
Oh yeah, but we're heading out to Jedediah's place. We're told you know the way.
Oh yeah. I know where Jedediah's place is. You want to go now?
Yes, yeah. We'd like to go now. We're worried about our friend, so we think it's probably the best idea.
Okay. Well, let me just saddle up my horse, and then we can go, okay?
Great. It seems like you did a nice job with our horses, by the way. Good job.
And when you say that, he seems to calm a bit, and he goes, "Oh, thank you. No one ever compliments my work in this town."
It's good work, Johnny. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Ambrose. I was worried. I tried real hard. I'm glad you liked my work. Well, I'm just going to get the horse saddled up, and then we can go, okay?
All right.
Okay. And Johnny goes into a stable, and sure enough, pulls your horses out. And after he pulls your horses out, he pulls out a horse's own. And he's like, I brought you one of my horses if you'd like, Jefflin, unless you wanted to take the whole wagon.
Oh, there's some useful stuff in the wagon, but I guess we can. Right, I guess we can travel faster.
I don't know if you know this, but it looks like somebody has been living in there.
Yes, I did notice that. It's very strange. Anyway, I'll take the horse. That's fine.
Okay.
Hey, Ron, before we get on the horses, can Sal just do I don't know, whatever, to look around to see if people are following them or looking at them or any kind of
make a perception check. Make a perception check.
Just since there was
you
a couple
have
of
a straight roll. Straight roll as far as I'm concerned.
Good Lord, I'm rolling terrible tonight. 10.
You see one or two people who might be in the tavern looking your direction, but not like, oh, what are they doing? More like they're sitting at the table and they just happen to be able to see you as you look at them. And it's one of those situations where it's like you met eyes with a stranger. But that doesn't seem, it's the same woman who's been sewing. You can see she's been kind of watching you in admiration the whole time.
Back.
You've been there. And she kind of waves back at you and goes back to drinking and watching Shiny Tooth.
Fine. I'm done with you too. I guess.
So you all hitch yourselves up on your horses and you begin your ride, following Johnny. And Johnny seems to be kicking the horse as fast as he can get it to go.
Riding on horseback, Jefflin is very loud because of all the metallic objects he has on him.
Can I, as we're leaving, I want to see if I can see Blaze's silhouette in any of the mirror or any of the windows as we're leaving,
Sure, absolutely. You look up at the windows of the top floor to see if somebody's looking down into the street. Absolutely. Go ahead and make a perception check.
All right. Do I have any advantages at the moment?
Michael, you have no advantages. That's
okay,
it.
12.
You look up at the windows and it doesn't seem to be any movement up there. Most of the blinds seem to be closed. And there do appear to be light coming from most of them.
Okay, so I know probably that general area. Okay, that's good.
Are you worried, Ambrose? What's happening?
Oh no, wait, what? No, I'm fine. It's nothing to worry about.
Okay.
Mind your horse, you're jangling.
Oh yeah, I do jangle. I do jangle. Yes, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Everyone got a horse spear?
I can use one.
I'm okay.
All right, I'll mage hand a horse spear to Ambrose.
As you guys are riding, there comes a man. I wish we had.
Oh my god! I want if there's fan art of anything in this episode, please.
Beard just kind of floating as you're full speed on horses galloping in the dark.
It's definitely in one of those cheap canteens.
And for those playing the home game, those playing at home, GIF mage hands are invisible because they do them with their mind. So it's literally just floating across the night air.
Reach them back and grab it.
That's one way to not spill your beer is to mage hand it.
Clearly, they've done this before. So
that is the real best use of magic in D&D is passing beers back and forth.
Horse beers.
As you're riding through the dark, following Johnny, even over the hoofbeats, you can hear as you pass that piston. And for a good distance as you passed it, and you ride for a good hour. Everybody make perception checks.
I was gonna say I'd like to scan the horizon.
Yeah. I assume that all of you are pretty much on high alert. I just assume that is. I would be too, for sure.
Oh my! Oh my horse spear!
Oh my horse spear! You're double fisting horse spears.
Anyone else?
11.
I got a 15.
11?
I got
12.
I also
15
got
for
an
Al?
11.
15.
All right. The 15s, you get that same feeling you did when you were in the campfire, where there's this nagging feeling that someone or something is watching you as you ride in the dark. It gives you chills down your spine. And you swear that you rub your eyes and check again and make sure that this isn't just something from your imagination. But there doesn't appear to be anyone anywhere other than the, 6 of you riding.
So it's
towards-
more of a feeling than the fact that we
Yes.
actually see something.
Yes.
Do I see Ambrose have the chill go up his spine, same as me?
I mean, with a 15, I think you get it that Ambrose notices the same thing that you noticed.
I think we would both look at each other
Yeah.
at the same time because I see him like
You
kind
feel
of.
that?
Yeah, the thing from the other night.
Right. It's coming back as the sun sets. We might be in for it tonight.
And as you say that, you start to roll up and you can see especially you, Twilight Cleric, you can see in the distance that there's what looks to be some sort of makeshift log cabin just in the edge of your vision.
As the sun sets, I'm going
Well, sun
to...
is set. Sun has been set for a while.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, can I say right before it sets, since
Sure.
that's when I would be praying anyways,
Yeah.
that I'm going to reach out and touch Ambrose, if he'll let me, and say, may the Empress's eyes guide you in the darkness, and I'll give you advantage on your next initiative.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's one of my Twilight powers. Vigilant Blessing.
Great.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Johnny, those pounder things, the things that keep hitting the ground. What's the deal with those?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Well, they keep all the monsters away, I've been told. They were here when I
Oh.
got here. Apparently Granger invented them.
Oh yeah, I saw his name on the base. Okay, fascinating.
Yeah, he's very proud of them, and he talks about how they don't affect the bugs and just the big creatures.
Right, but they affect like everything else.
Yeah, he really likes bugs.
Huh. Okay.
Goblins are strange, if you ask me.
You know, I mean, bugs are fine, I guess, but you know, there's other things.
I can't stand them. Did you know that when you die, bugs eat you? Did you know that?
I guess it depends where you die, really, Johnny. But yeah, out here, yes, yeah, definitely.
Johnny,
bugs.
bugs can eat you even if you live in, okay?
That's a good point. Bugs will eat you anytime.
Maybe we don't tell him that.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Forget we said that.
So when we're approaching his
Yeah.
his shack house thing, it looks like it's obviously not occupied. There's no light or anything.
No, it is clearly very dark. Yeah, there's no light.
And he doesn't
anywhere
have
that
any
you can see.
livestock or anything like that. It's just a shack in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, as you get closer, you start to notice that the log cabin seems maybe like it's not been kept up.
Do
Or
we see
that
the-
something has damaged it.
Yeah. Do we see the mine?
No, you do not see the mine.
I believe Blaze said the mine was.
But you got to get
underneath this
closer.
place.
You got to get. Yeah, he did. Yeah, it was indicated that the mine is underneath the cabin. But you're gonna have to get closer before you can start looking for that.
Let's hurry up.
Yeah. So as you continue to ride, you pass one of Granger's thumpers about 5 minutes before you reach the house. And as you roll up, Johnny stops everybody and says, "Well, here it is. It didn't look like that the last time I was here.
What it looked like.
Like a nicely built log cabin. And that looks like maybe somebody's chopped at it or I don't know. It looks broken to me."
That's not
Yeah,
a
as
good
you-
sign.
Yeah, I mean, as he indicates, you look at it that some of the logs seem to have fallen in disarray, as if maybe there is some damage. It doesn't appear to be old; it just appears to be broken in certain places. But the door seems to be clearly in working order. It is slightly ajar, and you can't really see anything inside unless you were to get closer and open the door.
Any scorch marks or bullet holes on the walls?
You'd have to get closer to the walls to really, and at this time of night, to.
I'll hop down
especially
off
as a
my
human.
horse Yeah. Jedediah? Hello? Jedediah?
I'm gonna cast light on Jefflin so he can see, and
Thank
so
you.
that he glows.
Oh, thanks. Yes, and
There's no answer to Jedediah.
Okay. I'll walk up closer to the house with my, hand
yeah,
on
as
my
you get-
firearm.
Yeah, as you get closer to the house, the door is kind of just blowing in the breeze, and you can see what look like maybe some bullet holes next to the door. And it does appear now that you're looking that the part of the log cabin that was destroyed by some sort of fire.
Like explosive fire, or just fires in like a burned hole?
No, looks like it maybe burned a little bit from some sort of you could roll history or investigation. Yeah, investigation works.
Yes.
Or history, whichever's better. All of you can do that, history or investigation. Whichever's
I'll
better
take
for
my
you.
action to cast guidance on Jefflin instead of doing it myself.
Oh, thanks. It's very nice of you.
I just rolled a nat 20.
Oh!
Yeah,
Nice.
there it is.
I got a 21 as well, yeah.
got a
Sam, that
15.
scorch mark is a telltale sign of what we in the real world call a Molotov cocktail.
That right there was made by a Molotov cocktail, I can tell you that right now.
Oh, like a horse beer on fire?
Mm-hmm. Someone took a cloth, put it in that horse beer, laid it up, threw it right there.
Wow. That's good to know, honestly, that works so well.
Beer actually isn't that flammable. It's probably like whiskey or something else. I just for the record want to make sure in case you try to turn your horse beer into a Molotov cocktail, probably won't work. Just for the record.
Sal is trying to do it.
Sal puts a cloth in her beer and begins to try to light it with her tinderbox. And the cloth lights just fine. You know, it's a dry cloth. It lights just fine. But as it burns larger and larger and hits the beer, it just...
Okay, it wasn't a horse beer. It was a horse whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't mean it literally horse beer, but you
Got it. I just experiment, science and stuff.
you never know till you try.
That's right. All right. Well, okay. So, Sam, in your mining experience, what's the best way to approach a collapsed mine, I guess?
Oh, see, earlier I thought you meant minor, as in,
Oh,
I was
like a
haven't we all been
child?
minors before,
Yeah.
So
I see.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I didn't know what the piston had to do with being young, but
I get that. I respect you just answering and not asking any follow-up question.
that's not really my go-to.
No, I know. Mine either, so I get it.
Well, and dwarves live a long time, so I mean, a dwarf might consider someone a minor for longer, but never mind. Sorry, this is.
I'm walking inside of the cabin. while they're
But
having this
Sam,
conversation.
my question really is, do you know how to approach the mine?
No.
Okay.
How many bullet holes are in the? Does it look like it would like it was
In the
would
wall,
be
just
more
one or
than
two
person?
by the
Okay.
door, but you'd have to go inside or look on the other sides of the house to really tell how many there are
So
total. But
it doesn't really look like a firing squad had at this place.
no, it looks sort of like they were trying to scare someone out of the building.
Okay, all right. Oh,
Well,
Yep.
everyone head in. I'll kind of watch the horses here for a little bit. Let me know what you find.
Ambrose, you want to check for tracks? Maybe Jedediah ran off and got scared or something.
Yeah, I'll just do a quick perimeter thing.
Okay. Be careful. I'll head inside.
All right. So Al and Jefflin will walk inside. Inside, it looks like a small log cabin. There's a bed. It is not made. It looks like someone had slept in it before they were no longer sleeping in it. There's a small table with a variety of miner's accoutrement, nails, hammers, the things you would find in a miner's place of business. Seems to be a small cooking fire that's kind of built into a small tank as you are well aware of, for heating purposes. But other than that, it's kind of disheveled and things are strewn about, almost as if somebody was searching for something. And there appears to be a hatch in the far right corner where you can pull up a swinging wooden door. The thing is currently closed.
It's like a trapdoor.
Very much like a trapdoor, yes.
Like a normal size trapdoor, like 3 by 3?
Yeah, like a person could fit into it. Yeah, a person could fit into it.
Is there blood?
You don't see any blood. You don't see any
or signs of struggle
or signs of struggle, other than the room is disheveled
Tossed.
and looks like somebody was searching for something.
Is there any writing anywhere, like a journal or a scrap of paper or anything? Like, did he leave a note?
No, there doesn't appear to be any kind of papers or. I mean, you know that Jedediah is one to keep notes and to loves correspondence and loves these things, but you don't see any of that.
No mechanical birds or anything.
No.
Good question. Yeah, I was going to ask about if we saw the mechanical bird that we sent back here.
I think they might have took him.
I don't know. We'll see.
Ambrose, Sal, and Sam, what are you guys doing?
Well, go ahead, Sam.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm looking around the inside to see if there's anything that may have been left behind. Or...
Okay. Make a perception check or investigation check for me. And Sal, what are you doing?
I was gonna also do kind of a perimeter, like outside. Seems like
Outside
inside's
look.
covered, so kind of
Cool.
like what there is to find. I know
Great.
Ambrose is also doing that, but
I will give my Artificer Flash of Genius skill to add a +3 to Sam's investigation.
Okay.
Thank
And so Sal, roll investigation for me as well for outside.
Just for clarity,
Yes.
I know I told the group I was going to do a perimeter search. I'm actually heading out a little bit to where maybe people have a hard time seeing a line of sight. And for that split second, I'm going to cast one with the shadow. Well, I'm going to use my action, one of the shadows, and just basically go invisible to see if anyone's to make sure I'm just staying at perimeter watch. And I'm trying to be inconspicuous so that if one of the riders shows up or anything happens, at least one of us has the draw on them.
amazing.
Sick.
Okay. Sam?
My perception was a 13.
13. Okay.
Yeah.
13 inside the room, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that there appear to be some, not scratch marks, but there appears to be some damage to the trap door, to this openable. It's not. I say trap door as in it's a trap door, but it is not a trap. So it's just more of like a hatch for a downstairs place. But there does appear to be some damage there. Maybe like somebody was smashing something on the top of it to break it open, but was unable to do so. And Ambrose, as you disappear, you hear Johnny go, "Oh, what did you do? Hey,
Shut up, boy.
hey.
Hey, shut up, boy. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
you see
keep
him
us
freeze
safe.
in fear.
Now I gotta move again.
I just never, I never
horse.
seen,
Mind the
I never,
horse.
I'd never seen nobody do that before. I'm sorry.
Eat an apple. Do something.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sal, what was your investigation check?
18.
18. Sal, as you're crossing around the other side, Ambrose was there a moment ago, and now he's gone. Ambrose, is this something you've done before with the group? Is this normal for them, like for you to disappear randomly?
Maybe.
Yeah, just establishing how, some reaction to that. So it's one of those situations, Sal, that you something just happened to cross in front of your face, like the edge while you were searching, and when you went back, he was gone. He's missing from your view. And that's when you hear Johnny freak out a bit, and then you can hear Ambrose talking from the direction that you saw him.
All right, well, I'll let them figure that out.
And as Ambrose, you're moving. You move?
I'm gonna remove to some other place because clearly Johnny was
letting
everyone. I was like, and I'm gonna keep moving and like I'm gonna try to say it under my breath, but for him to hear, I was like, stuff that man's face full of oatmeal if you don't be quiet.
Yeah, I just imagine you walk right past him and he doesn't really know anyone's around, and you whisper in his ear, and he's like, Sal, you see some footprints in the dirt as you hear Ambrose's voice. And what you find is in the wall, there are numerous bullet holes around the perimeter. Almost like somebody was literally trying to force someone out of the house. It wasn't enough bullets to be like, oh, we're killing the person in this home. More of a just come out here. You get that feeling.
We got you surrounded kind of situation.
Right,
is it all around the house?
It is all around the house, and there's multiple burn marks. You can actually see that there's some that didn't hit the house and that had just hit the dirt around you. And as you're looking at the dirt, something from above you lands. It's a round silver cylindrical object that lands right where you seem to be looking. And Ambrose, as you're passing Johnny, you also see what looks like some small silver cylindrical object land on the ground. Johnny looks at it and jumps off the horse and picks it up. And those of you inside, you hear on the roof, thump, 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 thump.
I'm gonna yell at Johnny, drop it, boy, and I'm gonna run. I'm gonna try and run away from.
Roll initiative. Everybody, roll initiative.
Oh my gosh!
I'm going to describe what you see, and then we'll roll in initiative.
Remember,
three
you
more.
had advantage on your initiative.
You did have advantage.
Okay.
3 more round silver cylindrical objects fall inside of the house.
Wow.
Everybody, roll initiative.
Yikes!
The party is surprised.
Okay.
Man.
So we're the players.
Damn it, Johnny! I'm gonna slap him.
You're getting renamed after all.
Call him Slappy.
17.
Oatmeal. 18.
Okay, let me get these real quick. I'll call you in order. One
Yep.
second.
Okay.
Morgan, 17, you said?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Katie,
18.
18. Jared?
I got a natural 20.
Wow.
20. Well done, sir. What's your total?
20.
Okay, great.
I'm-
Give us your
I'm a big slow cleric.
Yeah. Okay, Michael?
So 19 minus 1, so 18.
18. And Erica?
I'm glad I gave you
9.
advantage.
Seriously. Wow.
Yep, you are all surprised.
Oh, no.
So Johnny picks up this. He has this silver cylindrical object in his hand, and he looks at it, and it glows orange for a second, and then he's no more.
Oh no!
As he completely explodes in complete.
Have to slap him.
And Ambrose, what you notice is that explosion. There's and he gives. I mean, it's essentially meat shower. And
Oh no!
that explosion then blows out and comes back in. And then you see what looks like a small smoke mote move towards you. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no!
Okay, cool. Actually, you know what? I ain't even messing with that. I'm just gonna dimension door if you let me. Okay, I'll make the roll. I'll make the roll.
Yeah, make the roll.
What am I making the roll?
Dang it.
Dexterity.
You're not within 30 feet of me, are you? No.
16 total.
No, they're
16
outside.
is a fail.
All right, see you later.
Yikes!
Whoa.
See you later.
Are you wearing metal armor?
Casual death.
No.
Okay.
Good, I guess. Don't like this.
It was nice being part of the dungeon run. Come on, thank you, cast. I'll see y'all later.
No! Oh, okay, hold on 1 second. You take 84 damage
What?
I'm down.
as another as
What?
this moat then slams into your chest. Is that enough to do? Is that your entire hit points?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not completely lethal, but I'm down.
How many?
I have 52 total, so if you do the 84, I will have
not
32.
insta-kill.
It's
But-
not insta kill. It drops
exactly.
you down.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
What you see is that smoke thing hits your chest and your vision goes black.
Sure.
All right, so
Ronald Ogden.
Yes. Do we even know this?
I know. Yeah, I mean, you all hear the first explosion, a boom,
Yeah.
and then immediately and another boom.
I also imagine Sal saw that whole thing. She was looking
Yeah,
at
I mean,
it.
yeah, you were looking right at it. And what you notice, Sal, is that cylindrical object in front of you also explodes. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh gosh.
Gosh.
None of you have
Okay.
very good passive perceptions, and you all failed the stealth checks.
I blame
Oh
Johnny
my
personally.
gosh. Where
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that?
Johnny's to blame for all of this.
Honestly,
10.
Oh no.
That is a
No,
fail.
I didn't do good. I'll have good dexterity. I'm just rolling so bad.
Those-
You
Those horse
also
spears
take
come back.
Yeah, they
84
really do.
damage.
Okay, well, I'm also down.
And that thing explodes and your vision goes black. Those inside, there are 3 that have fallen in as well. They, however,
the house?
inside the house, they're inside currently. It is the top of the round, and they're at 20. Jared, you get to go first, but then they explode. So you have 1 round, Jared. 1 round.
Ah!
Okay.
Okay.
The explosions happened outside first.
Yes.
All right, I have an idea. A non-hostile living creature regains 1 hit point. I will. Oh no, I would rush out to find what's happening with Sal. So I would run outside.
When you run outside, what you notice is that Sal is unconscious and appears to be dead from what you can tell. She has not been exploded like Johnny, but there is major damage to the front of her. And as you step outside, there you see a small glowing smoke, but it's still your turn, so I can't go yet.
Right. Are both Sal and Ambrose within 30 feet of me?
Hold on, let me check.
Personally, I would say me, nope.
If you're inside the house and they were on the perimeter, Sal is, Ambrose is not.
Okay. Then I would, as a bonus action, I would cast Healing Word at Sal to get her back up on her feet.
Okay.
So, Sal, you can go ahead and roll this. It's 1d4 plus my spellcasting modifier, which is 4. Actually, I'll roll it because I have digital dice in front of me. So she's technically.
But you got it?
Yeah, I got it. So she's technically at 0, right? Because she flatlines.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. It's 1d4 plus 4.
Yeah, I rolled a 3. So
So you're at 7. So you're back up. That's my bonus action. And then my action is going to be to activate my channel divinity.
Okay.
Which is going to give everybody that is within 30 feet of me will get temporary hit points of 1d6 plus 7.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So everybody in the house and Sal would get, and myself would get 1d6 plus 7 temporary hit points. So
I rolled
Sam,
well. I rolled a
Jeff Lynn,
6.
Sal, and myself would all get temp hit
I got
points.
12 temp HP. Thank you. That's nice.
That's my move, my bonus action, my action.
All
You
right,
ran
now-
outside?
I ran outside, and I would probably Do I know where Ambrose is at?
I mean, you knew he was out by the horses. You knew he was out that way.
But I don't see him.
No. Oh, actually, I just realized Sal isn't necessarily within your view, although we described that the log cabin is destroyed, so you could see her, so that's fine.
Okay. If I don't see Ambrose, then I'm going to continue running towards Sal, just shouting.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right, so you make your way out the front door of the log cabin. Let's say we're out here. So you make it just to the front porch there on the side that Sal's at, and it is now what we call a layer action or a prepared action, depending on how you want to look at it. And the other 3 explosives go off. Sam, make a dexterity saving throw. Al and Jefflin both make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Actually, you need to each make 3.
I'm gonna use 3 of them.
There are 3 of them that exploded. Yep.
Holy crap.
Ron's trying to make this a one-shot.
Very efficient. Very efficient.
Back next week.
And here's the thing. I rolled really well on stealth checks of our of the people that are doing this, and yeah.
Hashtag
So I'm rolling-
blame Johnny.
I'm rolling 3 dexterity saves.
Yes, 3 dexterity saving throws.
I got a 6, a 7,
Fail.
and a 21.
21 passes, but the first 2 fail.
Yeah.
So you're not just knocked unconscious, you are actually killed outright.
Oh!
You're exploded completely, since you take 168, almost 200 damage. And the rest of you, before the rest of you,
Damn!
I know.
It all has a place. We're all going to place, I promise. Trust me on this. We're going to place, I promise. You have essentially been ambushed and murdered. The last 3 explosions, the way that this works, go ahead. What did you get?
I somehow rolled
Yeah.
a 16, a 17, and a 16.
Fail.
Oh, it's 18,
high.
it's 18, 19, and 18.
DC's 20.
Oh, come on!
Sam, you have a Z shot. You have a Z shot that it uses composition Z. What's the DC on that Z shot?
20.
Right.
Yeah.
What has happened to you now that you're all unconscious and unaware of what's happening? You have been ambushed, and composition Z has been used against you. For those of you who are watching, what they don't see, what the characters don't see, what you all would, and what everyone in the town sees, is a very large explosion that continues for about 4 or 5 minutes. As each explosion, after it's done, the energy reverts back into a small form and finds a new non-precious material and explodes again. All that's left for those if you were watching from the distance as some of the figures hidden in the dark are, you would see a crater form around this log cabin. And that is where we will end this evening.
What?
All right.
Wait, Jared didn't make it either after he...
No. 3 explosions. I think the total number of damage, even if you saved all of the last 3,
Right.
If you saved all last 3, is what, 42 per?
Yeah, there's no way.
But
Okay.
he
create new
revived
characters
he
for next
revived
week.
Sal real fast.
Yes, he did. But those explosions continue on, and she could absolutely make every dexterity saving throw if she would like. We can go through that. There's actually a way she can. It's up to the player.
If anyone
You're right. I did forget that Katie was revived after an explosion went off.
How many would I have to make?
Another 3.
You're a rogue.
I'll try it.
You're a rogue. You are
Do you
a rogue.
have
Yep.
evasion?
I don't think
You do?
so. I
No?
don't think so.
Well,
Look,
then
I
guess
planned
evasion
for a
is a
lot of
level
these.
8
Everyone
thing.
dies, one person lives, everyone lives. There's a whole plan. So I'm totally open to anything. Let's
Okay.
find out what happens.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't expect you to get caught unawares. That's what I did not
I've
expect.
successed my first two, but the last one I
Great.
rolled bad.
Oh,
Well, the last one is 42. The last one, well, first one's 42, second one's 42, third one's 84.
So I'm.
You're also
Also-
exploded and
Well, I did. I saved my first two.
Can you evade though? Can you evade them? Because if you evade them, you can take no damage.
I don't think so.
Jeff
I mean,
or Jeff, Jared, do you know?
No, she's not high enough level.
if 8 is 8th
I
level.
don't think so. I don't think I have that. Yeah.
Yes, Michael.
I mean, I have like my bonus action where I can like disengage or dodge or hide or whatever. I don't think that really applies
No.
here.
No.
Not to saving throws in a spell form. Nope. Michael, you had a
When an
question?
attacker, well, I have uncanny dodge.
That only works
No.
on melee attack or like single attacks.
I mean, it's kind of a single attack. Freaking.
Kind
No,
of.
it's an area of effect for sure. It's a large
It's like
explosion.
a fireball.
Mhm.
Yikes!
Michael, you had a question?
Yeah. I don't know how much more the thing is exploding, but if I'm allowed to do any sort of death saves, I do have an ability, and I want to see. Can I
Sure,
roll?
absolutely. Well,
You are
death
an
saves.
undying warlock.
Yeah, I didn't check death saves when you take fatal damage. Let me check. Real
He
quick.
didn't though when he was far out. He got knocked unconscious.
Yeah, he did. That's right. He did get knocked unconscious. You're right. Thank you for reminding me. You do get your death saving throws.
Okay.
I gotta like sit in my chair.
He was far enough outside of the building to not be impacted by the 3 explosions that were inside.
So a 15, and then I have to use the ability to do Defy Death. So I don't know, but I'm gonna still flavor it out, even if I still explode again. But
For sure.
essentially, if anyone could see it, but no one can see it, the little
I'll see it for a second.
Watchers can.
Yeah.
Watchers can see it.
the misty banshee like forms out of nowhere, and it basically she just goes into a kind of smokish misty form and goes straight into my mouth, and then like I lift up like with my eyes like kind of clouded over and looking like I'm like being brought up by like some unknown force to stand up back on my feet.
Yep. There are no more explosions. So what are your hit points?
Ron,
Your
you did
voice.
something to your voice.
Oh, I was going to speak for him, for his
Patron, but I did not. I apologize. How many hit points do you
Spoiler
have?
alert for the
6.
secret room.
Okay. As you come to, there is a crater in front of you where there used to be a log cabin. Your friends are nowhere to be found. You can't even see meat chunks anymore.
Sure.
It is literally just a crater that you wake up in the center of. What do you do?
I tried dimension door like far away as far as I can, which dimension
500
door,
feet.
Yeah, so 500 feet to a
Which
location.
direction? North, south, east, or west?
That's really important. I think if I know what direction is the cabin in respect to me, is it north, south, west, east?
You ran back towards Johnny to change yours, so the cabin is north of you.
North of me. Okay, so I'm gonna go. You're ambushing. You're throwing all the things. I'm gonna take a chance on southwest.
Southwest.
Yeah.
Okay. 500 feet. You in a blink of an eye with Dimension Door. A small door opens up. You step through it, and 500 feet in that direction. And when you arrive, there appear to be 3 or 4 men with masks.
God damn it! Wrong place.
All around you. They are about 30 feet to your right. But as soon as you pop into existence, they all turn their heads and look at you. Roll initiative.
No, come on.
13.
13. Okay. I have 4 I need to roll for. I didn't anticipate this, but this is incredible. This is awesome. Okay. I have 1 that goes before you at 14.
Okay.
How many
Actually,
hit points do you have?
no, I'm going
Come
to
on,
give you a
Ambrose.
surprise round. I'm going to give you a surprise round. They had no idea or seen that coming.
Yes.
I'm going to give you a surprise round on that. So you're going to go first. And you have surprise. They do not, like,
normal rules of surprise, they are affected by.
I'm gonna go to the first one, and like I'm like a shambling mess with like still like banshee eyes on me. I'm gonna grab the shoulder of the first person and cast Vampiric Touch.
Okay. Yes. Like this.
Do I need to roll because it looks like I
touch spell attack?
Yeah,
Touch spell attack. Yeah. They're caught by surprise, so you get advantage.
Natural 20.
Oh!
Well done. So it's crit. Well done.
Oh, on Vampiric Touch. That's sick.
Yes.
So 18 for the dice rolls. For all the dice rolled is 18.
18. You put your hand on his shoulder and you feel the banshee's power well up within you. You feel that rage, that need for blood and for vengeance. And as you put your hand on his shoulder, the person's face looks at you in horror, realizing that you're there, turns to grab its gun, and its face sinks in, and its eyeballs sink in and turn to dust, and it falls over as you drain the entire life from this cowboy. As that happens, from your mouth, Michael, comes,
My avatar of vengeance.
It is my turn.
Oh dear.
You got the healing from the Vampiric Touch?
Yeah, so it's gonna be 9 plus the 8 earlier. I'm trying to figure out how to make myself come back alive on D&D Beyond, but it's weird. So I'll figure it out.
One turns to you.
Yeah, I can tell you that a little bit later.
Pulling what looks like a shotgun, points it in your direction and pulls the trigger.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
I have advantage from the Carson. Thank you, the Carson. Does a 20 hit your AC?
Yep, sure does.
All right. You take 2d8 piercing.
Okay.
Come on, evil warlock.
Take 12 damage.
All right, I have 5 left.
Still up. Still up.
The other two also turn
There's
to
only
take
one
their
left.
turns.
He killed one of them.
Oh, he killed one of them. There were 4.
Oh, I thought you said 3.
4.
Okay.
Did I say 3?
No, you said 4.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sorry.
Apologies.
For sure. I mean, I want to be fair here. One pulls a revolver. It has a revolver in his hand and pulls the trigger. The other one, you can see, has been scanning the darkness with and it's Silvertooth. Scanning the darkness with a sniper rifle. And when you come up upon, he tosses the sniper rifle and pulls a shotgun himself.
Okay.
So 2 attacks on you here.
There we go.
1 shotgun, 1 revolver.
Mm-hmm.
I have no advantage, so these are straight rolls.
Mm-hmm.
First one is a 6,
Okay.
plus 5, so 11.
That misses.
And the second one is a 14 plus 5, so 19.
Hits.
Okay, so the first one is shotgun. The second one is so the shotgun misses you. And it is the revolver that hits you, which is 2d8. Right? Where 2d8? Is that right, Sam? 2d8 revolver?
Sounds
I'm looking
right.
at this.
Yeah, I think so. Let me double check. Yes.
You take 14 piercing damage
Wow.
as the revolver grazes the side of your face and you fall unconscious.
All right.
Valiant effort. Well done. Valiant effort.
Wild.
I do have some good news, though. Everybody levels up
Oh,
Yay.
yay.
because you did survive an encounter and you still get the experience.
So now I can get
Did we
That
though?
thing
Did we
I
survive the encounter?
I mean,
Survived.
I survived most of the encounter.
You went through it. Yes, you did survive it. So that's where we're end this evening.
So
It was
you're
a little
saying
longer
there's a
than
chance.
I mean, look, the reason that we came upon that is because every check that you made was lower than the stealth check that I made for the 4 individuals.
You did have us roll a bunch of perception.
I did.
checks.
Yeah.
I did.
We
I did.
rolled, I rolled
And there was a
terrible.
lot of it because I didn't want this to come down. I'll be like, oh, it'd be cool to get a TPK. I think maybe the Dungeon Run fans have talked about that so much. This would be a cool way to experience that. So I planned for it. I did not expect the full ambush to occur.
Well, you're welcome.
Because if you're within range of them, they can't use those explosives because then they become targets as well. So the only way to get them in on you is to literally mage hand them over you and drop them.
Maybe a few too many horse spears this time.
Yep.
Blame the horse
So,
spears.
that is where we will complete this story for this evening. If you're interested in where this is going, and how do dead
Why
people
wouldn't you be?
continue an adventure, then please join us next week. But right now, we've got a fun thing that we like to do here on the Dungeon Run for all of our Patreon supporters of our tier. So Morgan, Katie, who's running this time? Who's handling, managing?
Goodness gracious.
Me, you, us.
Well, we can roll a die. Well, it should be in between
Yes.
Morgan, Jared, or Ron.
Or we could make it a group thing. But
Yeah.
let's roll a die.
Okay.
Or a D4. Let's roll a D4.
A D4.
All right, hang on.
And Erica and Michael, this is just a way that we read our patron names out in a fun way. A certain tier of our patrons, we read them in a certain styles, and you are welcome to participate, but you do not have to.
Oh, you don't?
All right.
Just
Yeah.
hang back and
Well,
watch.
we usually say it's one person, but we mostly all join in.
Yeah,
I know, yeah, seriously, it's true.
I was
Okay.
just giving fair warning in case we all join in and you felt obligated. It's
Ron, have you selected one?
I have not.
Okay, got it. Well, all right, give me just a moment. Okay.
I'm giving you the sheet.
I'm
My
on it.
goodness.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Apologies.
This is what happens when we all die.
Okay. For team force of good. I mean, I think Ron, I rolled a 1, and I think as
Okay.
the DM, you are the 1
Great.
tonight.
Great.
From Cetar, for team force of good, you are a school principal screening student acts for the high school talent show.
Oh man.
All right. Okay. All right. Next.
Hey, I got this really cool idea that I want to do where it's have you ever heard of the song it's like,
Armando 89, you need to hurry up. There's a lot of kids back here.
it's a Guns N'
One of the other
Roses
teachers said it. I
song.
didn't want
It's
to
a
hurt
Guns N'
his
Roses
feelings.
song, but I want to do it with a
Roses.
steel drum. And there's like this moment where it talks about rain coming down on a woman's body, and I want to have like a rain barrel that's
All right, we're gonna go ahead and Hadrian X this whole thing right now.
come on,
Okay, we're gonna go
man.
ahead and Hadrian X. I'm sorry, Armando 89. Wilbro Jr., you're next.
Yes, hello.
All right, hold on. Before you go on, let me just say, don't Fenderill me here, okay? We've got a lot of people to screen. Can you just get to the short of it, please?
That's fine. I am Wilbro Jr. I am the son of Wilbro Sr., who you will recognize as the king of the talent show from his 4 years when he was here. And his famous act was the IR Moo Cow,
Yes,
where
the IR
he
Moo Cow, yeah.
did a wonderful imitation of all of the local cows of the area, and I would like to do so as well. First,
All right. Okay.
The-
so
the
go
Gold
ahead.
family cow. Moo.
All right, Wilbro Jr. Well done,
Thank
very
you.
well done. I'm pretty sure that we can go ahead and say that you'll be in the talent show
Fantastic.
since you're related to the winner. But I'm going to go ahead and just Jules you here, just Jules you right through the process. So congratulations, you're going to be in the
Yay.
talent show. Dungeon Run, yay!
Dungeon Run, yay!
All right, that's one. Kitty Scritches, you're next.
Hi.
Hi. It's a cold counter this morning, but I'm glad you're here. So please, Bob
Thanks,
Harris.
Bob Harris, Principal Bob Harris. Oh,
You're welcome. Please, Bob Harris. We all know that's what I say
Oh,
when
yeah.
I want you to get on. I say my own name
I
because I'm the
know.
one who rushes here. So let's Bob Harris this thing.
yeah, you always say it over the morning announcements.
Yeah.
Okay, well, my family tradition is the poo monkey. And my
I'm
mom.
sure your parents are all interested in your past decisions, but continue.
Well, it's kind of their past decisions too, because my daddy,
Valid point.
Beaker Parr. He and my mama, Dawnbreaker 1990, remember class of 1990? Yeah, Dawnbreaker. They actually came up with the original Pooh Monkey.
It's like you're a desert wanderer. Get to the point.
Okay, well,
You got so many to do.
Hyperboy66 here is my partner. Hyperboy66 is my partner here.
Okay.
And
New
we're
to the school. I'm interested. Continue.
Yeah, well, they're from a rival school, but we're going to do the Pooh Monkey. I mean, that's the whole
You got
thing.
this Seraphy and Braba thing going on, so I'm into it. I'm into
also,
this.
I want to note that I'm sponsored by Sloppy Goats Bakery. So if that's the
I
decision at all.
think that's okay. I love their sloppy goats sandwiches. They're delicious.
Great. Okay, well, basically what we're going to do is we're going to play Quest Keepers, the board game.
On stage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, me and
We've got two
Hyperboy
acts
66.
now. Okay.
Yeah.
And who's next?
That was a beautiful use of our newest team force of good members, literally named Questers Keep the board
Keep
game.
the board game.
I didn't
Well
even
done.
see the combo with Seraphy and Braba. We got
Seraphy
yeah.
and Braba, yeah.
Yeah, for
I love
sure.
it. I love
All
the
right.
combo.
And for Team Force of Evil, this is gonna work. Gunslingers in a standoff before the final showdown in a western.
Oh, perfect.
All right. Who
I
is it?
mean,
Is it still me?
I
Or are
think
we
it's
rolling
everybody.
again?
I think it's
Okay,
everybody.
Yeah.
All right, are you down to clown? Because I'm down to clown.
Ever since you took that J-Rock from me down to clown, my life hasn't been the same, and I'm not gonna walk away this time.
Well, there's gonna be a Gorbin blade in your future, so you better Forest Elf 86 yourself right now, or you're
I think
about to
I'm
get
nuts.
What are you doing here in this standoff? I think I'm nuts.
I'm a student of Grimm. I'm standing right in the middle.
Wait a minute! I thought a standoff was two people. I'm a dark horse in the
House.
I'm a dark house in this one, but I'm pretty sure the standoff's supposed to be two people. I don't know which one to aim at.
Dark House.
That's my DJ name. You guys want
Oh
me to play
man,
some
it's
music?
Willie Madsen. Willie Madsen's here.
And we all turn and shoot DJ Dark House.
Oh man! Oh man!
There we
What
are.
a Willie Madsen way to end the round.
Michael and Erica, thank you for bearing through that
I
with
would have
us.
joined in. I was like waiting for a cue. I was like, I can do something.
Next week we know
Yeah.
you're
We're
using
gonna-
it and you can.
I'm down to clown. Come on.
Yeah.
We're gonna throw you into the wood chipper next week.
Oh wow, we're
my-
gonna really
no, I
violent
didn't.
way to say
I meant that. Never
Yeah,
mind. No.
Really, you really Fargo'd this one.
Yes, thank you. Oh my goodness.
All right, so I think that concludes our show for this evening. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Keep in mind,
Thank
if you
Michael.
are,
Thank you.
yes,
Erica.
thank you,
I
Michael. Thank you,
know,
Erica.
you are so amazing. This is so great. I love this.
We really appreciate having you, and I can't wait for next week to see what you all do with whatever happens.
Death.
for
with
new
death.
characters.
I'm just gonna be sticking my pieces back together.
I don't know what
Roll another
happened, but
dexterity
I feel
check.
like this part was gone. I'm not sure. And I think some of you have heard me say before in the cooldown, death in D&D is never the end. So come back next week. Let's see what we've got. If you are so inclined, we just read off our Patreon, some of our Patreon's members. If you wish to join, please check us out at patreon.com/thedungeonrun.
Woo.
And until next time, humankind,
Be both.
Oh.
all right.
It started. It started. It started. Started. As a simple dungeon run. As a simple dungeon run.